Yep. Think we'll mix will do. Just go back, check me. Okay, so back. Okay, so we good to go. Rolling. This is like usually things we do, right? Uh, no, wait a minute. It's just that's just my end. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. Sorry. Give me some time. It's one of them things where I have to check. Okay, let me go in Discord. You know, you're still in my Discord, right? So, I'm gonna be open platform in this case because, like, this need to be talked about because for several reasons. It's not just a criminal issue anymore. Not just. I mean, it's more into it. A lot more evil. And what I'll talk about eventually is I'll be in my Discord. I'll be in mine in particular. No. And, we should be good to go. So, hold on. Let's see. There we go. No, Danny. I bring you on whenever I want to. Well, I don't have you. Just go to send. Hold on. I know. This is all news. Okay, I gotta frick, man. You see, this should be like really easy to do. So yeah. So what I can do is invite a friend. I'm gonna invite you. Tell me when you get it. So invite Danny. You got the invite. Danny indeed, he's got the invite. So yeah. Waiting for you, Danny. You got the invite. Invite, you creep. You got the invite, buddy. You got the Discord. There you are. There you are. All right. Speak.
Órale, órale, vato, ¿cómo está, güey?
Oh no, he's speaking Russian. I don't understand.
That was Spanish. I was doing that for Dave.
Oh.
But we can Russian. Здравствуйте, как почиваете, как дела?
Well, maybe that will get Danny on. No, wait, you're already on. Maybe that get Dave.
Wie geht es hier heute?
Yeah.
Wie geht es heute, Slampa?
English, please.
Scandinavian?
I don't.
What do you want? Hur vikingere bertunto.
Well, I do actually like the Scandinavian, though. I'm not gonna lie.
You like the Scandi? All right, we can speak Scandi, but you have to be able to respond to me if I speak it.
Yeah, I better start learning quickly then. But either way, though, how's it going, Danny?
Oh, it's going good, bro. And like I told you yesterday, because I think it was yesterday that I read the message that you were gonna go live. Like I was like, "Oh, motherfucker, you better fucking invite me, bitch," because I haven't been on in a while, and I just go about my life right now and do everything that I gotta do, like taking care of proper things and all that stuff. And I feel kind of bad sometimes that I'm not around, but sometimes it's like, okay, yeah, when there's a good topic, a good subject, I can make the time. And with what you're wanting to talk about is why I told you, is like, fucking hit me up, like if you're gonna do that shit. And as we see here right now, you did. And your Discord. Loser. I don't know why I didn't have your Discord, but thank you now that I'm a part of it.
I don't really particularly use it. Honestly, I haven't been on Discords as of lately, not really engaging. I don't really care for much of, like, okay, so that can be topics for save later. Reason why I want to talk about this is because, one,
yeah,
I do not like the...
Let's get hard-hitting fucking questions. Do it. So,
Yeah,
what are we talking?
So,
lay out the fucking... Lay out the shit.
Okay, so one, this is why I want to talk about this. One, I really hate the political commentators right now because they've made this a racial issue. No matter who you talk about, right, left, they made it a racial issue. So we're going to address as such. No matter who you look at, they have made it a racial issue. Now we're going to address it like a racial issue because you got people like Asmongold, who you look at. Asmongold once upon a time said, Down syndrome kids should be aborted. No joke, so he's okay with abortions. Asmongold, the beetle-eating weirdo. I'm surprised people like this get any attention nowadays. They just sit in the stinky room all day long and do nothing. That bothers me. And they have some sort of influence. I don't know why people listen to them. Then you got people like Moist Critical. The guy literally knows nothing about anything. He looks like a depressed Jesus. I kid you not. I do not know why.
Depressed Jesus?
Yeah, I really do not like political commentators. Most Critical isn't really a political commentator, but he does comment on politics. A lot of this time is like this side versus that side, so... And a lot of times they'll may attack Karmelo Anthony. Some people go, oh, it's not a racial issue. Yeah, the problem is people are making it into... And a lot of the leftists or lefty tunes have made it majorly a racial issue. And the problem is the right keeps playing into it. This is what we're going to do. Now, if you see the stream, I kind of save some of these things, and the first thing you see is Karmelo Anthony is a hero and living martyr and will go down as an icon of self-defense. So we can already point out major issues about this, especially when they try to make the comparison to Kyle Rittenhouse, which is a huge false equivalence, but they'll do that nonetheless, right? And also, this guy named Edem talked about the white supremacist society, ignoring the fact that any white country has the biggest demographics when it comes to migration, no matter what country you look at. It's so weird that people have this bizarre loathing, including white people, for the white population. It makes no sense. It just doesn't make any sense. And the same people are brewing this hatred. Now white people are starting to hate other ethnicities, including black people, which is something you'd rather not do. I've seen, let's be honest here, white people have been responsible for some egregious shit. Yeah, white person. Yeah, it's going to be degeneracy no matter where you look. Whether culture, ethnic issues, it doesn't matter. So, that being said, let's look at this. And I want to say this. If people not understanding this case of Karmelo Anthony want to say, he made a lapse of judgment, saying this, that, and the other, like he didn't know, he felt a little like intimidated, and he felt he needed to protect himself. A person looking from the outside, not understanding that case, I would say I completely understand what you're coming from. Now,
I'm going to wait till you're done so I can say what I have opinionated, obviously, but yeah. I'm already not even liking what you're saying because you are coaxing this like a little soft. But proceed. I'm not hating. It's just, I have something to say, but please proceed.
Well, you're going to
let me know
what I was about to say then, because I was about to say...
I hope so, because I'm not liking it so far. Proceed.
So, after that, so I understand why somebody would say that if they're not understanding it. So this is what I would tell that same person. Okay, did you know that witnesses literally testified that Karmelo Anthony was the aggressor going, touch me and see what happens? Literally,
Not Kamala, bro. Karmelo.
Karmelo. I'm going to call him Carmela because he's woman. Freaking...
You know what? Fuck it, yeah. Call him Camilla because she's got a dick.
Yeah.
Also, so.
Yeah, so I would tell that same person, are you aware that Carmela, that gay but plugged in man now in prison, is aggressor, and witnesses testified that he literally was touch me. He put inserting himself into a space where that wasn't literally his, where he was in the wrong tent of track meet, while threatening others, picking a fight with everybody.
Right.
So that's where I tell them, Karmelo Anthony, one was actively seeking a fight. You can make the interpretation
Exactly.
that Austin McAuliffe was an aggressor, this, that, and the other. It doesn't matter. Here's the fact of the matter at hand. Anthony had the intent to harm somebody. That makes him a murderer, no matter
Yep.
how you frame it.
Okay. Thank you for saying this now. Now we're on the same level. Proceed.
Yeah, but that's why I said all this. Like, from the outside perspective of somebody not understanding this might say, maybe he's a kid scared. Okay, I can
People
understand.
are so fucking. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna interrupt.
Go for it.
We're hanging out here. We're gonna talk. Let me go ahead and say something since I'm listening to you, respect you. You know I love you. You're my homie.
Mhm.
But I have to say something. I'm glad that you said what you just said, because at first I thought you were going to go a different direction. I was like, oh, come on, Ballsy. Like, are you fucking serious? But you redeemed yourself by saying what you said. This fucking person, okay, Karmelo, piece of shit, fucking scumbag, he was bullied. And, okay, that's not cool to be bullied. But
That didn't even happen.
He's pussy because he didn't want to bring. He literally went out of his way, and he had peer pressure from people like, you got to take care of this. So he went to an event that he was not supposed to be at, supposed to be fucking under, and brought deliberately a knife. You don't go to a place you're not supposed to be to and want to start shit and have a knife on you because you're looking for fucking absolute trouble. And he used it. And look where we are now. There's a man that is no longer fucking existing because of this shit.
Yeah.
Because this guy was a fucking bitch, okay? He's a fucking piece of shit. I don't like the fact that he only got 35 years. The motherfucker should have got fucking life, okay? Without the possibility of parole, in my eyes. But whatever, and that's weird too, like being in Texas that it happened, like that kind of shit. Like, you know, Texas fucking circumstances when it comes to the judicial system, things like this, it's usually like, you know, like, all right, you did this and you sealed your fate kind of shit. So he's lucky that he's going to get out, like, what is he, 18, 17,
Yeah,
18, 19?
18.
So he's still going to get out, like, to live, I guess, even though he's never going to have constipation. His farts are going to sound like a hot breath. Because he's green lighted when he gets into the fucking penitentiary system. He's fucked. No pun intended, yet pun intended. And it's well deserved. And the fact that people say that this man or kid, whatever the fuck you want to call him, oh, this shouldn't happen. This is a fucking racial fucking issue, whatever. Like, what is going on with the United States of America now? Like, it's so fucking far beyond me. Like, and it's so going on. It's not just the United States. It's all over the world. I don't want to get off on a different subject, whatever. But like, on a sidebar note, like, think about all the shit that's going on right now in Scandinavia. Think about the shit that's going on in fucking Ireland right now. Like, all this shit, and its premise on, religion and origin and the tone of your melanin, per se, to keep it nice. But America's the worst, and this is why people are fucking trying to stick up for this kid. Like, no, dude, you're a pussy. Take a hand fucking whooping. If you can't handle it, you can't handle it. And if the kid's beating you up and he's bullying you, then stay away from him. Go tell somebody. You know, like, my parents, my fucking asshole. My father, the fucking ringer whenever I was young, when I first started training and fighting, whatever. Like, he wanted me to fight in the front yard. Like, shit, that's a whole other story. However, he would be like, you poke somebody up with a knife or do anything like that, like, don't come crying to me when you get locked up. Like, bro, you did that fucking whole ass shit on yourself. And that's the truth. That's the reality of this. This motherfucker did something horrific. He knew this was premeditated. And for someone to try to stick up for him, and then now we want to pull a race card because he was a white young man that got unalived, come from a good family, smart, did a lot of things. I just watched something the other day about like all the stuff that he did growing up, like always in sports. He was he did for a while. What's it called? When you do like side work. What do you call it? When you do
side hustles?
Like volunteering.
Charity.
Like animal shelters and all
charity.
Like, I mean, this was a good kid.
Yeah, charity.
And even if he was an asshole and whatever he had the issue with this fucking guy, okay, fight or don't fight. Stay away from him. But you came to see him with a knife in your pocket. You were thrown under the bus by your fucking so-called homies. Peer pressure at its finest, and now look at you, you're going to jail and you want to scream cry and your family wants to scream cry, and then all your fucking dark tone people want to be like, oh yeah, that's fucked up, and now they're going after white people that have nothing to do with the case. Like, we're just continuously fucking doing some extra crazy shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I have to say about it.
Yeah,
it's disgusting. The kid got off very lucky. 35 years. You're lucky, bitch, because you know what? He's so young that he still can come out of the penitentiary and still live a little bit more of life, because he didn't get life. He got 35. And the way the judicial system works, as you know, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, your mom's a fucking an attorney, you know how the law works. They can say that, but at the same time, you can get off on good fucking behavior. So it doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to do 35. He could do 20 and have a fucking phenomenal life. That's not okay to me. That piece of shit needs to rot in fucking hell. I'm not saying that. Anybody, bro. It could be anybody.
Yeah.
You're a piece of shit. So with that being said, I guess that's where I'm sitting at right now, and I'm going to let you go ahead and proceed on your shit so I can...
Yeah, to address what you've been saying. To address what you've been saying. Now, to address the bullying part, what if I told you that was a fabricated lie?
Fabricated lie and what?
Fabricated lie. He was bullying him. Anthony in Austin didn't know. In fact, the bullying part was a lie. What happened was, this was going on back then when the first incident happened, where people were making up, oh, Austin was a bully, and him and his brother Hunter jumped Anthony and attacked him. That's what happened and stuff. So people went out of their way in the past to lie about Austin Metcalf, to try to paint Anthony as this sympathetic guy. That's exactly what happened. Now, when I say I can understand somebody from looking at the outside perspective, that is why, because they are reading lies. They have read lies from these same political commentators that didn't even care about the actual morality or ethical standpoint. They just went ahead, let me lie about this case because black guy and white guy. Literally. I kid you not. There are even people who made TikToks and streams saying, well, I was there, like a track meet that even though I was like in a totally different state, like Missouri, but I was totally there in Texas of a track meet I would have never heard of until it happened, but I was there. Like, okay, buddy, whatever you say. So people have actively lied about this case. This is the evil that I think is the worst part. It's not just the stabbing alone. It's going out of the people's way to justify it and lie about it, to act like, yeah, Anthony didn't do anything wrong. Even though it is clear as day his intent, for one. And so, what do? Well, let's just call Austin a white supremacist, because it's just easier that way. Let me tell you, even if he was a white supremacist, why does that justify murder? Just a question. Was white man bad? So okay, so there are black supremacists in Africa, right? They want to kill white people and this, that, and the other. Would it be okay for me, for example, to see a black guy with a all Black Lives Matter shirt and stab him in the neck and just walk away and say, yeah, well, he probably would have killed a white man? Think about that for a second here. It's stupid, because then you're breeding the tribalistic mindset of cultural warfare and ethnical warfare. That's the last thing you want to do, but political commentators keep doing it. And then you get cases like this of a black kid stabbing a white person. Do you understand that? Do you understand the issue here? They're turning it into a racial issue. Then you're going to breed more violence, no matter who is involved, and then it's going to be justified just because of someone's skin color. In which I want to find.
And we run to that first now. Like in this day and age. Anybody, if it was two whites, if it was two blacks, if it was a fucking Korean and a fucking Polynesian, it doesn't fucking matter. All of a sudden now it's a race thing. Everybody has issues. Like, have you ever been back in the day when you were in school or whatever, like, you have an issue with somebody, like, I don't fucking like you, man, because you're a fucking piece. They could be white, black, green, blue, red. It doesn't fucking matter. There's just people that are pieces of shit out there. And they're to where now it's a racial thing.
Yeah.
No. You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. No matter who you are, what creed or origin you come from, you're a piece of shit. You don't get along. That's it.
Yeah.
And this fucking kid went over there. And he was even millions of fucking witnesses that said, like, they were even telling him, like, what are you even fucking doing? You're not supposed to be in this tent. Get the fuck out of here. He went look smoke. Mm-hmm. He went to look for it.
Yeah. Say that. This is why I say all this. Because I say it's a racial issue now because they made it a racial issue. So now these same people, regardless of what happens, if a white person ends up starting to kill a black person because of what he hears from the internet, the media and the political commentators will not take responsibility for that because, like, oh, I didn't do it. You literally propagated this. That's exactly what you did. Your influence. You have influence. Yep. And the problem is, it's going to be like, well, he chose to do that. But you're also choosing to talk about the skin color of the person as if it has anything to do with the crime itself. But here we are. Now it's going to become an issue. It's already been an issue in Africa. It's already becoming an issue, and people are already striking out in violence against other white people because of skin color, because of this case, because of political commentators. And guess what? They're justifying it because white people racist. Even though I don't even see where the racism is even involved in this, but hey, it's Lefty Tunes. They'll make up whatever you want. You know, it's that white people are even justifying this. Because there's a white dude that literally thinks he's black. I don't know why, but hey, good for him. But we'll get to that later. I want to play you a video. Play people a video. So this is important, and you gotta, if you want, you can look at the stream. So, like, this is a video that
let's call it right now. YouTube. Let's go here.
Because, like, there's a video that I saved. Hopefully it plays. Come on, man. Because it's just a big fat black guy beating on another black guy. And a black woman cheering it on. Because, like, okay, because there's a point about this one. It's not playing for some reason, but this did happen. Come on. You can do it. Imagine saying, good job, man. Okay, there it is.
Get that nigga.
So, if you're there...
Sit on the Billy! Sit on the Billy! Lean on, come on, Billy! Get on his ass! Get that nigga.
Look at his butt.
Don't talk that nigga to death. Just lean that nigga, fam. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, don't kill him. Don't do that, fam. Come on, bro. Come on, hey, bro. Come on, fam. Hammer that nigga, bro.
Bitch, talk! Talk that shit you was talking to me, nigga, talk! Talk!
Don't kill him.
This is why I show this. I won't show the whole thing because it's just weird. They afterwards start pickpocketing him after he's incapacitated. I don't know if he's dead or not, but it looks like he might be dead. Who knows? Here's the reason why I show this. One, there's no outrage about this black man being beaten by another black man, or even potentially being killed. People are talking about it, but how come the media doesn't talk about this? How come people don't look at this? Well, look, where's the riots for this black man being attacked by another black man?
Yeah, because it didn't fit the fucking bill right now. What's going on with everything when it comes to fucking quote unquote racism? Yeah. Black on black, they don't give a fuck. White on white, they don't give a fuck. If it's anybody that's fucking different from one to the other, then that's the problem. All of a sudden, that's the problem. That's what it is. It has nothing to do with anything else except for like racism fucking against each other.
Yeah. And
they just push that fucking rhetoric, bro. Like it's nonsense.
Yeah. And this is
that's fucking gross. That's nasty, but go figure, chimping out type shit. Yeah, I said it. But nobody cares because it's black on black. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, but
every day in the game.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Nobody is even like, dude. You got a potential big man literally crushing and literally suffocating into a guy in two ways. Literally with his weight, and literally grabbing his neck and choking him. 2 ways. Potentially killing him.
Okay.
Yeah, so 2 ways. Probably, okay, and that's probably not a fun way to go out. Okay, being sat on by a big fat guy who's probably smells worse than a fucking hippo.
Yeah, to throw in the smell. True story, yes.
Yeah.
Smelling like a fucking bag of goddamn fucking Funyuns and ramen noodles.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like...
Sucks.
Yeah, like, so this poor little black guy has to deal with this hippo-sized man literally trying to maul him for whatever reason, who knows what, right? And then it's just like, here's the worst thing about this. You see, the problem here, this is not just the only issue. You know what white people are saying about this? Monkey versus monkey, hooray! I kid you not, like white people.
Right.
But I don't really blame them. I don't think it's good. But here's the thing, I don't blame them. Guess what? These same monkeys they like to call monkeys want to kill them. No joke.
Yeah.
These same black people, this fat black person probably wants to kill a white person just as badly as he was trying to kill this dude.
Oh, for sure. It'd be probably worse.
Yeah. And then you
that's
get...
That's just the reality. That's not being racist or like thinking like, like you're not thinking fucking like, I don't know even what word I'm looking for. Like, it's not a retarded fucking thing to think about. Like, that's just it'll happen regardless. And these people act this way, and it's overbearing now in this day and age. I brought that up earlier too, like, all these states and all this stuff, like these kids now that are doing what is it called, like where they're just the chimping out thing or whatever, like just fucking shit up, smashing people's cars in, throwing shit around in grocery stores, acting a fucking fool. Like, they're doing it on purpose, and they're doing it against each other. Who they are targeting other men, per se.
Mm-hmm.
The facts are all there. We see this, and that's what it is. And you see how people talk. Like, did you see the fucking video, bro? Black dude that went and started punching on a fucking veteran that was sitting on the side of the road, thought that he was one of the jurors, and he was just some innocent dude just sitting there like,
Oh,
Like literally,
I saved some of those.
military, like
I saved
for
some of those
fucking years.
videos. I saved some of the videos,
And
and we're gonna
that
talk about
one
that.
big old fat broad came and she's like, "What the fuck are you doing? Leave him alone. He's a veteran." And he's like, "No, that motherfucker's a jury." She's like, "No, he's not." And that fool was like, he almost went crazy on that dude, but he kind of calmed himself down. Hats off to him. Big balls on him for doing that shit, because I know what I would have done. At any rate, he was targeted because he was in the vicinity of the courthouse, and he was just assumed that he was a juror of this.
But look, we're going to talk
crazy,
about. Yeah.
Man. Like,
and we'll talk about that. Trust me. Okay, so, and you have a good point there, and I'm glad you brought it up too. The thing is, it's black people doing this to white people. That's the thing. It's black people doing this to white people. It's a racial issue. Because what they're seeing is white. Oh, he probably hates Karmelo Anthony. He probably racist, so I'm gonna attack him because Karmelo black and Austin white. That is their mentality. They can't even think past it. They're so behind that any form of conjuring of actual thought that requires some form of intelligence is canceled out. So what do? They resort to violence. They assault people. And that's sad. Black people can be very intelligent. The problem is they act it. They yeah. It's like there's like a cognitive function that stops their brain from working, and the only thing that works is the limbic system of the brain part. So emotion. They're non-sentient beings. It's almost like they're non-sentient beings. It's weird.
It's a fine line of fucking absolute ignorance, and I'm glad you brought that up too, because I will say on a sidebar note, but it still fucking is directed towards what we're talking about right now. Mm-hmm. So on another social media platform the other day, I had a conversation with strangers about this kind of talk. It came down to how the quote-unquote black man is acting right now towards people. And I said, I was like, and these people were talking all this shit and saying, like, bringing up the slavery, stuff, whatever. I was like, okay. I was like, is anybody here educated? Do you remember history? What are you talking about? I was getting a lot of shit. I came in, they asked you when you come in, like, who are you? Where are you from? What's your racial creed? And all this shit. Blah, blah. So I'm a white ass fucking man. Coming in and talk about this, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I was immediately fucking targeted by a panel of nothing but blacks. And I said, long story short, what I was getting to was, I was like, do you remember History 101? Like, first of all, I was like, none of you have been in slavery or anything like that. Like, those days are over. Like, that was maybe like your great-great-grandparents. There was a lady that was on there. It was an older lady. She's like, I was born in Biloxi, Mississippi, and I used to pick fucking soybeans. I was like, you weren't a slave. You weren't a slave. Because she was trying to talk about her family that were, but they were still like working for, I guess, the family. But this was way after, like slavery was eradicated. Like
1865.
You want to be there and work, you can work, but you're a free soul. You can leave at any point in time. She tried to argue that. I was just kind of fucking laughing about that shit. And then I said, and because the panel of these people, say that derogatory, I don't mean say these people. I have friends that are black. I have friends that are of all colors.
Everybody does. Honestly, everybody does, with the exception of the actual.
It says that I'm fucking racist, even though he's fucking racist. I have friends of everybody. But at any rate, she was like, yeah, it's the white man that did it. I was like, actually, if you go 101, your own people sold you to the Iberians, which were the Spaniards, the Portuguese, and the French, and the only ones out of the top four was the Brits. And they came over this way. I was like, so don't say that it's the white man, because as a matter of fact, it's Spanish descent. So really, and they get Spanish people. they hate all the white men. I hate people like you, Bullsy. You got blonde hair, fucking, I don't know, you got blue eyes, green eyes, some shit like that. You look Aryan as fuck.
Yep.
You're gonna assume that it's your family that did it. No, actually, it's not. And whenever I was doing these hard-hitting fucking things and telling them, they were getting pissed because I'm like, you don't fucking know shit. Educate yourself. Why are you gonna sit in a fucking stuck mud fucking type of fucking thought process and listen to your family who all wants to be fucking racist and bullshit and fucking it's all the white man's fault? No, actually it is not. It is really not. And it's just disgusting, but it is what it is, and they're at fault of that. And I don't give a fuck about it. I don't care about that for them because that's their own ignorance. And you know, I'm not trying to teach them or ever let them know. I'll speak about it, but like I'm not trying to change their mindset. If you want to be an ignorant fucking goon, go ahead. And that's why you are where you are. You're fucking bottom level, top of the fucking food chain when it comes to fucking prison time, top of fucking government housing and fucking all this shit, like what they leech off the fucking government because apparently the white man did all this. Bro, like, that is so gone and over with. This is 2026, and these motherfuckers are trying to like bring that back, and cause a ruckus, a riot over this stuff. And then when something like this, the fucking whatever his name, Anthony Carmelo or whatever, and this Austin.
Austin,
we're gonna start fighting each other and now stabbing up each other and fighting in the street or whatever because they think that that's what is going to potentially solve the problem at hand. Like, it's not going to change anything. How ignorant can you fucking be? And it has nothing to do with you. Go about your fucking life. Grow the fuck up. Go to work. Live your fucking life. Take care of your family. Get over your shit. But you want to be in the street and you want to do some fucked off shit where that family and all them, they don't give a fuck about you. You're not changing anything. Anthony Carmelo's family, I think, got like under $1 million in GoFundMe. It's not even going towards that kid's case anymore. That family bought like a fucking, from what I heard, was like a huge like mansion, and they're fucking living the dream. They utilized the money that they wanted to save up for a court case. They were getting Escalades in fucking mansions, bro. Like, are you serious? You weird fucks.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Do you feel me on this? Like, I'm not trying to be racist. This is just the reality. This is what's happening. This is not Danny saying this like that probably will happen. No, this is what's really happening. This is what we see.
Yeah, so
people don't understand this.
So, like, to talk about this, I actually got that saved, and like, I'm gonna briefly touch up on this one, but I like what you brought up about slavery. Let me just say this. I'll touch up on that later too, because I got like a chronological I want to go through. I'm glad you talked about this, by the way, and I'm letting you speak. Go for it. I got a chronological order that you're gonna like, and there's gonna be an entire point I'll build up about this. But to say this about what you talked about, here's my theory of why black people think this way. I think they live in the past and they feel like they haven't really achieved anything in their lives. So what do? They project themselves and see others' successes, like Martin Luther King and the black people that suffered in the past, because their lives aren't really significant like that. So what do? Well, they project significance of black suffering onto what happened in the past, even though it never happened to them. They were never slaves. They were never...
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying too. Yes, it never even happened to them. They never lived that.
So therefore they...
Why are we even still talking about that? And now they're using that as a fucking reference to, I guess, like...
because they want to project
like,
themselves...
That's
because
the reason... Yeah, they say it's a projection, a fucking reason to do what they're doing right now because we went through this. Motherfucker, you never went through any of that.
Yeah.
You were born free.
Yeah, so
you never worked on a fucking plantation. You were never fucking whipped around, motherfucker. You lived, and you had every opportunity to go to school, which many African Americans in this fucking country have become great people, doctors, lawyers, etc.
It's not doctors,
science, woodwork.
Danny, to interject this.
They don't want to act like they are oppressed, and they're not.
Yeah, Danny, I gotta interject this though. When you said some black people are doctors and lawyers, notice they're not the ones complaining about racial history. Notice. This is what I mean though. Like the black people complaining about this never amounted to anything in their lives. So what do? They project themselves on the past because they need to feel important. You know what I mean? That's why that happens. Yep. That's my theory. That's just my theory. I know it's speculation, but I think that's the great thing.
Hey man, you have the right, you're in America, right? You're a free man. You can speak on it. That's what we're doing. It's opinionated. Nobody has to agree with us.
Yeah.
But we're on the same level, and that's just how I feel. And I respect anybody that doesn't agree with me. Like, that's fine. But if you want to debate it, we can do that all fucking day.
Yeah.
Because I have stuff to say about it. Like, hold on, listen and think. Not just what's going on right now, but like, and that's what it is.
So, by the way, what is up, Minnesota Vikings and Cashier, whatever your name is? Welcome to the streams. But anyway, I'm going to scroll up, and this is another. Oh, this is one of my favorite ones. There is a huge black guy in a red shirt that beats on a mother in front of her toddler. I'll say that much. There's a video about that. Literally, I just saved that one. Beating on a white woman, by the way, I think. Yeah. So, I'm going to play this one now. He's just punching down on her as his knee is on her stomach, and he's way larger than her, like 3 guys. Toddler trying to defend him, his own mother, right? Let me tell you something. Why I show this? There is this one that shows that nobody's helping her, by the way. They're just letting the big black guy beat on some defenseless woman. So there's that. Now, key takeaway here. It's a black dude doing it to a white woman. Of course, you want to say, hey, white guys do the same thing to women. Okay, fine. I have witnessed videos of black guys beating on mothers and people not doing anything about it. But then when a white guy strikes another gal, he gets jumped. I've seen this. Let me tell you why.
Facts.
So like, people talk about double standards and say, oh, black people are oppressed. Well, let me tell you something. Why is a white guy immediately stopped for hurting a woman, but a black guy, when attacking a woman, literally pounding her face in on the ground? Nobody does anything. This is the same thing with the case where a white woman, by the way, on a bus, BLM supporter, literally the lefty tune side, gets stabbed by a black guy and nobody does anything to help her. Why? This is a question.
Right.
White guys stop.
Everybody's out there still and silent.
Yeah.
Minding their own business, like let the bitch bleed out.
Yeah, but a white guy does something back to him, and he stopped, he's jumped, he gets attacked. Seems like if a black person does something wrong, somehow they're the victims. But if a white guy does something wrong, he's immediately prosecuted and shamed. It's almost like black people have a little more leeway than the white guy. Why is that? I'll tell you why. White people have made ethnicities to get by in life. This is a thing. The 15th Amendment back in I don't remember what it, yeah, there was a 15th Amendment signed where colored people can vote now. Then there was a 19th Amendment allowing women to vote. These were done, if you go through history, you'll find out white men working things to help colored folk and women be more part of society, have more leeway. This is true. At first, it started with white man. This is a white guy country. We respect ethnicities, but let us run our stuff our way. You can live here freely. Then it turns into, oh, you could do whatever you want. You can live however you want. You can have your own cultures and hate us and want to do this, that, but it doesn't work that way. America was found specifically as a Christian country. A lot of people, for people who, some odd reason, try to argue that's not the case. It in fact is the case. The laws were basically Christian. They found it on Christian values. They were Christian. It was found basically like, this is, people govern themselves. There was the federal government afterwards in 1789. They weren't even supposed to have any sort of power. There was supposed to be no tax system. There was supposed to be no system of control at all. It was supposed to have people govern themselves, the pursuit of happiness, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. Government cannot involve themselves in that. What they can involve is only when it comes to like illegal activity at best. That the founding fathers wrote, like rights, right? Thou shalt not murder. Thou shalt not murder, theft, stealing, bribery, right? Those things, right? You know where I'm going with this. Point being, America was supposed to be a Christian country. Even if there was a person from another culture that came, he would be respected, but he would be told that you cannot practice this. This is illegal, but we will protect you because we believe in the freedom of speech. If you believe that your ideas are great, you are free to argue that. That was the point. It wasn't just, oh, I'll kill you. And fast forward now, we got a tax system going to other countries, going to other ethnicities, going to programs that don't really benefit America, right? You get my point. You get where I'm going with this. Because I'm making the point that America wasn't supposed to be a different kind of cultural thing where there's the tribalistic ideas. That's what killed it. You got different tribalistic, now you got LGBTQ, you got Marxism, and these same people now, inviting these people, letting them have their ways, literally hate Christianity, even though Christianity literally gave them this. Ironic, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's almost like if you just allow different cultures just to exist, you get this, they don't mix, so therefore you get these cultures attacking Christianity now, even though Christianity didn't really do anything to them. So, I know this is like a lot to go into. I'm leaving everything on the table because I want to get to it. I'm just saying that a lot of these things, a lot of these laws, a lot of these bills get passed, which I'll get to. There's a lot to go into here. It was to help other people, especially whether it's ethnicity, this, that, and the other minority. It was. They'll act like the white man is bad. But how come any white country you go to, there are most ethnical background. You'll see a lot of ethnic backgrounds in those groups. A black man is considered Irish regardless where he's from, right? But for instance, if you go to Asia, no matter how hard you try, no matter how hard you try, you're not Japanese because of where you're from. It's not because they're not really welcoming. It's just that's just not how the nations work. They're protective of their own sovereignty. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
America should be protective of its own sovereignty, but now you got people wanting to kill all white people because you wanted to be inclusive. I'm sorry, the world just doesn't work that way. You don't hand people things and expect them to love you for it. It just doesn't work that way. If the person wants to be here, if the person wants to live in America, that person has to subscribe to the rules we make for them. For instance, this is God's world. He made the world. We can't just live here and do whatever we want. That He made rules. We have to follow Him. He has every right to enforce rules on us. We live here. He made this world. In the United States, we made the rules. We have every right to say, if you want to live here, you'll abide by our laws. But instead it turns into, how dare you're oppressing us. Oh, fucking shit, dude. Maybe don't fucking do crimes and you won't be oppressed. Thrown into prisons. I don't say oppression as in, it's okay to oppress you. I say, you feel oppressed because you keep doing illegal activity. Maybe if you didn't do it, you'd be freer.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Like, they're not even oppressed anyway. They're not even oppressed. Like, they got their rights. They got affirmative action. They got systems that literally allow them to get by. Like, I'm lying here?
They've got all the tools they can utilize more than the white man in this fucking country anyways.
And they're still mad.
They come first if they want to fucking better themselves.
And they're still mad. They still
Again, that's the reality. Like, I'm not talking shit, but that's the truth.
Yeah.
How many fucking things does the government fucking utilize? Like, whether it's red state, blue state, giving what's it called? Giving fucking grants, loans, and all that stuff for them to go to school. Especially blue state, where they don't have to pay anything back as long as you can fucking keep a specific fucking GPA and all that, whatever. Like they have all the tools, but they don't utilize it at all.
Yeah.
Some do. I'd be lying if I said that all of them don't. That would be a bullshit lie. But it's a small faction of people that utilize that to better themselves and get up out the fucking the hood, quote unquote, and become something and better themselves, as opposed to the extreme fucking percentage that does not, because they say like, oh, the white man hates us. Would you please get over yourself?
Yeah.
And we're stuck in the middle of this right now, and it's just only getting worse. Now, all of a sudden, this is getting vamped up again, I should say, where it's just, you would think that it was 100 years ago.
Yeah.
It's not. These motherfuckers never went through that shit.
Yeah, they just want to be victims so badly. It's amazing to me. I don't know why, but that's it. But here's another thing. Snap, right? Remember the Snap talk where people, when that was talked about, like Trump wanting to kind of lower that, and everybody was like, oh, he wants to hurt the white man now. Yeah, white people. Like, let me just talk about this. This is one of the things that actually benefit colored folk more than white people. If you actually did the math, now, of course, majority are white people in it. True. But that you're talking roughly about 60% of the entire United States population. White people are the majority. Right. No matter what you want, this is a white country, no matter what you want to say. The only reason why you got colored folk in office is because white people allowed it to happen. Okay? Okay. Let's just say that. The only reason why white population is being racist, white people are allowing it to happen. Okay? Okay, now, on to the point of Snap. People will talk about, it's more white people. What if I told you, out of that entire white population, despite it makes only 1.5, actually, at least, only 6% of the entire white population is a part of Snap. That's a small number, don't you think? And the second least number is Asian, 6.6%. That is part of Snap. Then you get the Hispanic and Latino, 19%. Then you get to the blacks, 26% of their entire population.
Yeah.
Point is, white men are least benefit of these social programs. Stop pretending otherwise. So anyway, moving on. This one, I think you need to plug into the stream. This is funny. You're gonna love the. You see the face, right?
Bullseye, I'm gonna dip for a minute because I need to use my maps, whatever. I gotta go on the other side of fucking Houston, but I'm gonna still be listening in, and as soon as I can jump back on where I know where I'm at, but I'm gonna still be listening. So yeah, continue on what you're doing because you're doing a great job so far.
Yeah. All right. See you, Danny. Have a nice drive.
All right.
Yeah.
Think about that.
See ya. There goes Danny MT. Okay. We're going. You guys gotta listen to this. Fuck, this is funny.
It ain't no good in this. And right
Look. You'd expect someone to look like this and say these things.
off the bat, man, free Karmelo. Straight up. I don't give a fuck about no white lives. All lives don't matter over here. Because on the daily, we get killed. And ain't nobody got shit to say. But when...
To say this, like, literally, when you guys get killed, you have nothing to say. Like, how often... I guarantee you... Let's just promise ourselves one thing. How often do you think this guy talks about black on black crime? How often do you think he goes around thinking, man, these black folks need to chill out and stop killing each other? How often do you think that? Or do you think that he looks, or do you think he just ignores that and sees Karmelo Anthony in prison, goes like, yeah, man, you fuck white people kill us too. Even though that's disproportionately way lower than he's letting on. But let's go.
One of ours is protecting themselves. They get ambushed. They get threats. They get all of this. Fuck that cracker. We smoking on that Austin Pat pussy. Like, I don't care anymore because it ain't no good in this shit. It ain't nothing good that's in this shit. But they trying to lay the law down. All that shit. Y'all gotta give it up. It ain't over. Free Karmelo, man. Fuck it. Fuck him.
It ain't over, man. It ain't over. Fuck Karmelo. Fuck you, right, Miro. I'm getting you getting that retribution that he was just defending himself by, inserting himself in a place he wasn't supposed to be, and he was only asked to leave, but that was a threat to his life, so he had to stab somebody. He had to. You guys don't care. Okay. Alright, just for fun, let's just dissect everything you said. One, I already went over, like, it was testified that Karmelo Anthony was the aggressor. Karmelo Anthony was inserting himself into a place where he wasn't supposed to be. He was asked to leave. He refused. He was like, touch me, see what happens. Touch me, we'll see what happens. Okay? So, and also when he says, like, you guys have nothing to say when we die, you're not saying anything about the black people killing other black people. Okay? If you cared, we don't care about you. Oh, like all lives don't matter. I don't care about white lives. Fine, you don't have to. Fine. You can mind your business and live in your own bubble all you want. But you don't get to distort your own reality to a point where somehow, some way, Karmelo Anthony did nothing wrong. Okay? He did a violent act, and now he's paying the penalty for it. I think you gotta live with it, buddy. Okay? You want to hate the white man? Go for it. See, let them live rent-free in your head? Go for it. But, let's just say you're really not the sharpest tool in the shed, which is actually being very nice about this. Got the afro going. I bet you he probably watches like chicken fights or something. He probably goes to like freaking Pornhub to watch chicken fights because he gets off of that. Like he's the type of guy that probably likes bestiality. He probably watches that stuff on a daily basis. Like, but he doesn't see it as that. When he sees a freaking gorilla or a chimp, whatever, he goes, "Yeah, man, these are my people." Like maybe that's it. I bet you there's like even a black guy thinking, "Hey, man, that's some weird looking baboon over there." He is literally the type of person you see online. You line and look at him and expect how he, and looking at him as his face and expect how he would act. Like, yeah, there's that. So, no secret there. No secret at all. Looking at this volumes, yeah, he doesn't really take care of himself, does he? That's just the way it is. Moving up. Let me tell you something. You saw it briefly, right? I had to say this. I had to say this. So you want to kill white people? They don't remember who sold them into slavery. Look at this. Is XO the only smart person? Morals, considering what white people have done, ye. Moletters. It's subhuman consciousness, yeah. This black troon, yeah, fuck all crackers. He gets ratioed, by the way. Said, while these flags are in your bio, you ain't too bright, are ya? You. And why don't you try when you get done dismantling your genitalia? Black troon, yep. What did Nigeria do? Thank you. Yep. All I could say is here is that it's just funny to me. That's it. Alright, so and wanna be we already on the plan, lol. Huh. So like he's just a yeah, good job there, buddy. But there you go. So just so you know, these are the subhumans that want to kill white people for existing. Okay, so this is another thing. Black people just jumping a white dude for no reason. There's that. It's weird, but they do that. Now, there's this guy. I saved his comments because kinda looks like the reverse of the blacks being lynched on the street just for being alive. There was no outrage then, so why is there average now? They're average now when it is the reverse. Many of us ended up as strange fruit hanging over white lives and lies. I just say, white people were also lynched. That wasn't exclusive to black people. This also has nothing to do with the video. True, Ballsy, very true. Happened more to us than happening to y'all, and the only time it happened to y'all were the one who was supposed to not get lynched, and he just dismantled his own argument. Because literally, there were white people literally helping him. That just proves the point here. There was people literally trying to help black people back then, yet you black people jumping a white person because you're upset about history. So this is what we're dealing with. He just talked past himself and literally disproved himself. Saying, oh, you guys don't care, but then prove that white people did care by literally trying to help him not get lynched. So good job there. Yeah, that's true, Danny. Here's the point, and here's the point this is making about it. Willing to justify white people jump based on history. So he showed that he was aware that white people were literally helping black people not get lynched. Right? What does that tell you? It's like willing to ignore that part as long as it fits his narrative. But the moment I talk about white people getting lynched, he was like, oh, but that's only because you guys were helping us. He had to acknowledge the fact that white people were literally caring about black lives. Huh. So, he defeated himself. Now, this is interesting. Now, this one is very interesting. Now, I'll talk about the history of the white people actually helping black people because it goes way into detail, especially with Asians and Hispanics. We could go into huge detail about that. The Hispanic army dealing with the Spanish Empire and white people helping them escape. There's that. But anyway, Karmelo Anthony did what he had to do to get away. Racist ass, a violent ass, harassing ass, assaulting ass, cocky ass white boy who thought he could assault a black child. FAFO, tell your rabid little children to stop putting their hands on black children. I restored the first slaves. That gets into the actual about actually servitude. There wasn't really slaves yet. It was servitude of black and white. So that's a different topic to cover because these same people don't understand what slavery is. So I want to just talk about this one. So you got a guy who's already accusing a guy, Austin McCalv, a racist, accusing and try to touch Austin McCalv. As already talked about, Carmelo Anthony was already the aggressor. He was already picking a fight, searching for a problem here. So this guy clearly, not understanding the case, is calling somebody a racist and a harassing ass for the sake of it, because he wants to make believe a white person is bad. There's not much to cover about this, but here's the thing: if they're willing to live in their own delusions about who is actually in the wrong here, regardless of what the case is, regardless of the information put out there, regardless of what people are talking about, regardless of the actual situation and the facts, it shows you that they don't actually care about the morality of the situation. They just care about what the color of the person's skin is. So when you got that, therefore, he's not a pastor, he's a racist watermelon? Okay, that's a interesting one. Hello, Lena. But anyway, my point is that they have, even white people for some reason, it is strange that white people have guilt over their own skin color, but they do. But that just shows they don't understand anything. I love watermelon. Me too. Watermelons it tastes great. But anyway, point being, a lot of these people do not cover it the right way. A lot of these people will lie for Anthony for the sake of it just because he's black. So there's that. This one, I like this one. Austin McCall's father just called Carmelo Anthony watermelon felon. That's actually good. I feel for his loss of his son, but this is incredibly racist and only increase racial divides. It's pathetic that he has to return to this. Watermelon has a long history as a racist stereotype used to mock and dehumanize black people, especially in the United States, after slavery and during Jim Crow era. Brian Crescentian, you Jewish race representing asshole. There's so much to unpack about this, so let me just say this. Racist to a frickin' badger a person that murdered your son. It's not. Carmelo literally murdered his son. So it's not racist for a white father to literally, dehumanize a man that literally his son's life. Okay? Okay. That's the first thing. First thing, number two. Clearly there's no racial connotations here. Clearly he's venting. Clearly. And he's like, I feel for his son's loss, but how dare you stereotype about watermelons? There are bigger issues about that. First of all, when it comes to murder, and you're like, oh, but he shouldn't say these things. Yeah. Let me just say this, dude. You're a Jew. You're a Jew. So of course you don't understand. Long history. We could go into the history of details about, literally, about the barbarian slave trade, Babylonian slave trade happening to white people, white Christians, when they were slaves in North Africa, really. We could talk about that. What is Danny saying? I don't even know where I'm going with that. I need eyes. Yeah. But I'm just saying. Austin McCall's father, watermelon. We could talk about the Babylonian slave trade. White people were slaves. They were called crackers. So there's a lot of racial connotations about that. But hey, you can ignore that, Brian. Right. This is the thing Danny was talking about earlier. Let's play it.
Hey, what, you on jury selection?
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Seriously. No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
He was on jury selection.
He's a vet, dude. He's a vet. He's a vet. He ain't been on jury selection.
I ain't worried about that.
Fuck you.
You gonna die.
Quit, dude.
You on jury? When you?
He says he's gonna, like, by the way, he just threatened his life again. You're gonna die. Like, yeah, totally justified behavior here. Like, totally not, totally civil here. Totally not barbaric. It's totally justified. Like, this is actually, like, a good thing somehow because other guy white and stuff. Which is, by the way, literally the only argument black people have. Like, the jury was white. Yep, the jury was white. That's all they care about. They care about skin color. So, like, that's why you got this black man attacked for just existing. But he was jury selection. No, I guarantee you he would have slapped him regardless, just because he just justify it. And this justification isn't even justifiable. And here's another thing. Here's another one.
Case, the judge as well in this case said it was not
totally
race,
normal,
but you cannot deny
nice, good, human civil behavior from Karmelo because this is actually how you're supposed to act in a civil society.
White,
right? This is like total behavior. Again, look, they're not giving into stereotypes. How dare you call them anything? You're stereotyping these unhinged monkeys and stuff. Like, how dare you? They're humans too, man. They may not be acting like humans. They may act like violent. They might attack you just for existing. But they're good. They're not bad people. They're humans too. No fear for your life. They're good people, right? They're just angry about a court case that literally has prosecuted a murderer because he's black. Like, come on, like, just be sympathetic. You don't stereotype. It's just bad, right, Brian? Right. Let me just say, if Anthony's supporters are like this, and that's all they can do, attack people. Like, they only care about the skin color. Are we really? How often do you think? Okay, let's just cut to the chase. How many times have white people, Asian people, Hispanics, Latinos came out for a person that was the same ethnicity as they are and acted like this? Can you name one? You see that. But here it is, one is, because these same people. And it's not ironic here. Like, you got black people who actually don't act like this, and then this is posted, and you see this, and you as a black person may be looking at this like, man, this is how my people be acting. This is how my side of the African side of the fence of ethnic backgrounds be acting. Like, really? Yeah, totally no human. And this is sad because there are genuinely smart black people out there that are lawyers, doctors, and so on. But then you get, it's just like, how is this even okay? And I'm not even trying to say like white people, Asians, Latinos, Hispanics can't act as they are. But it just never seen a white person, Hispanic, Latino, regardless, on camera act a fool over a guy dying that would happen to be the same skin color as they are. It just never did. Maybe there is one. You could try to find one. I doubt you'll find one. It just doesn't make sense. This is exactly why his son died. Look how he's talking about black people. His son learned that racist behavior from him. Austin tried to bully Karmelo Anthony, and he defended himself. Again, another person that wants to make believe Anthony was justified. First of all, witness testimony witnesses in the court case revealed that it wasn't a self-defense case. Literally, you'll find out that it exactly was Anthony, touch me, see what happens, provoking, looking for a problem, okay? Whether his father literally is lashing out because Karmelo killed his son. Whether there's racial behavior or not, fine. You can condone that. But to try to say, like, well, like, see, that's why his son died, is literally misrepresenting what the situation is. It's literally trying to make it sound like Austin was the bad guy. And even if he was a freaking racist, bullying, harassing guy, which isn't the case, and that never happened, I don't know why that justifies murder. But, whatever. This is the people you deal with, because they wanna believe so bad that Karmelo was just defending himself. Because reasons in their head they want to believe. But it doesn't work that way. We live in the real world. We go off of facts, not our own delusions. This is my favorite one.
What do you want us to do at this point? What? I'm lost for it. I don't know what to do. I got 5 boys. I don't know what. I ain't got nothing to tell them no more. You can't walk away no more.
You can't walk away no more. My boy didn't do nothing. You can't walk away no more. You can't walk away no more. No more. I gotta match that accent right there. Low IQ. How about you tell your 5 boys don't murder? Like the commenter says. Just be civil, right? I don't know what to do no more. Don't do no more. No. That bad. I can't do anything no more. No more white people. Hey, we want more black people. Like, how did she reach this level? And why does she have 5 boys? Why does she have 5 kids? That's kind of very concerning right now. Very concerning. Let's go. And here's another one.
About justice for Karmelo, right? Yeah.
Justice for Karmelo. I want to stab that nigga too. Why? Hey.
Okay, well, let's go this way.
Wait,
Feed it to him.
Alright, so I heard a lot about justice for Karmelo, right? Yeah.
Justice for Karmelo. I want to stab him too. Why? Hey. I want to feed it to him. I promise I would.
Yeah, totally normal civil behavior from these group of people, right? Totally justified, totally normal, totally about the moral compass of the situation, totally about self-defense, right? They support self-defense, totally. Talk about, I would do the same thing to the guy too, man. Totally.
I would have did it to him.
But why?
I would have did it to him and his brother.
Okay, but
Oh, I would kill both of them, like, because I'm a badass. Like, I would actually murder them both because, like, because I'm cool. Like, because I'm a cool person. Like, this is actually how people like this think. They actually think they're cool acting like this. They think it's cool. That's why they're saying this. I guarantee you, he probably never murdered anybody in his life, and he wouldn't try. And I guarantee you, he would only fight a white person if he was in a group of people. In a large group of black people. With a large group of black people. Because that's it. Right? Don't get me wrong. I've seen one video of 3 white people actually jumping a black dude. But that's about it. Just one. Meanwhile, you'll get multiple cases of black people jumping one person. No matter who. I guarantee you. He probably isn't even that tough. He's probably a very, very scary coward. Like, if he were to come across a white person, he'd have a group of people just in case he might lose. Right? That's how they think.
what reason?
Let me tell you why.
Yeah.
Them little boys came looking for trouble.
Okay.
You come looking for trouble, you don't know what fucking outcome going.
Sure.
You don't know outcome. You
Okay.
rob a bank, you don't know if
Somebody robbed the bank?
Hold on, listen.
Oh, man, you want to fight dumb, man.
Listen.
Don't give me no time. No,
No,
I want to hear. Yeah. Let's talk about it. All right.
You can record it, motherfucker.
Yeah. No, I want to.
You rob a
get
bank,
inside,
right? You rob a
Yeah.
bank, right? You might get the money. You might go to jail. You might be dead, right?
Right.
You fuck with the wrong motherfucker. It's the
Okay.
same way. Them boys were looking for trouble.
Okay.
You know what happened? He got stabbed and he died. Because he
Okay.
was looking for trouble. That's self-defense, motherfucker. So
All right.
if you can't see that between your fucking little ass brain, motherfucker,
All right.
do I have to tell you? I have to whisper it to you?
So,
You want me to whisper it to you?
no, I just.
You want me to whisper it to you, motherfucker?
Yeah. Looking for the wrong motherfucker. Yeah, totally normal behavior. I don't understand his bank reference here. He didn't even elaborate that one. He just said, if you rob a bank, just know you're going to be looking for trouble. Like, what? What's that got to do with anything? First of all, you didn't elaborate the point. What? Like, what? Like, what? Then he presses the white guy for no reason because he just wanted to understand something, and he just tries to fight him. And he immediately tries to fight the guy, like what? So, like, okay, by his own logic, I guess, like the brothers looked for trouble, I guess, according to him, and he got stabbed. Okay, so since it seems like the black guy's looking for trouble here, should the white guy right now take out his knife if he has one and just stab him to death? Like, should that happen? That's what I would ask the black guy, like, if he was doing this. And first of all, dumb on the white guy. First of all, I'd say get distance. Hey, do not get near me. Arm's length across. Do not get near me like that. Understand? If he does again, he's searching for a fight. He's looking. He is actively actually pressing you. So this is what you do. You shove him back. Hey, you step away from me. Do not get near me like this. If he steps up to you again, and get out of there. You can either go get away from that situation or hit him as hard as you can. Okay? Because, first of all, that is aggressive behavior. In fact, it was done for him. I would recommend not be there at all because, yeah, that's how it exactly would go. So, yeah. Oh, wow. I gotta check my chat because I can't really see what's going on here. But my point is like the black guy is literally pressing him. Not only did he make it, like, I'm still on the bank situation. If you rob a bank, right? You just know you be looking for trouble. Like, what is that? Like, what is the point that he made about that? Like, how was that even comparable to two guys? A guy getting stabbed for asking somebody to leave. Apparently to him that's looking for trouble, like, or maybe he just doesn't understand what the case is, right? But I want to read the chat just in case. It's always a racial issue when a black kid goes to prison because accountability is too difficult. That is good, true, Firelock, and I get to read your comments. Let me read your comments. The Irish were the first slaves, says by Greta Wolf. Very true. Still using maps and picking up 5K. Cool. Irish first, yes. No, Asians were in the menace in the West around the same time, I think. There were Asians, like, literally building the railroads, but I'm not so sure what the case was. But anyway. So my point, yeah. So I got caught up with the chat because I wanted to read some comments, right? You guys made some cool comments, nonetheless. So, the good news is I'm still in the chat, so there's that. So, come on. There we go. So I'll continue playing this.
Get talking.
You want me to whisper it to you?
Well, you're yelling
All
right
right,
now.
then, bitch.
You know,
Play with somebody else. Gangster, play with somebody else.
I'm just trying to.
So like, see what I mean? This guy is looking for trouble. He clearly is looking for trouble. Like, at his own logic, just know you be looking for trouble, mate. So, like, by his own logic, that white guy has every right to pull a knife and stab him to death. Like, okay, so, like, back to the bank one. I need to understand something here. Like, what was the point of the bank reference? Like, robbing a bank, therefore, and you'd be looking for trouble, therefore Austin got stabbed. Like I don't know how he compared robbing a bank to getting asked to leave. Like, how did that even happen?
Like some insight into the situation. There we have it, guys. I'm a real gangster.
Yeah, from a real gangster. I would just step away from the guy, dude. Entirely. I wouldn't even deal with people like that. Like, dealing with people like that is actually pointless because no, that all they care about is thinking. Don't ask me why. Frisco. Carmelo Anthony BLM protest is heating up outside the Frisco courthouse. Random supporters are approaching white people like myself and screaming at us. Lots of anti-white racial slurs being thrown around. I've already been threatened and assaulted along with my crew. Okay, so, hey, Brian, do you address the racial slurs by the black people on the side, or is it just bad when the father does it when he's venting and grieving? But whatever.
I have an opinion. I don't have an opinion here.
Just like Karmelo was doing. I'm glad you just said that. That's what Karmelo was doing. Protecting his motherfucking self.
I don't have an opinion.
Protecting his motherfucking self. Totally normal behavior and totally civil, very civil behavior by these group of people that clearly understand civil discourse, clearly want a nice, good with you for just, hey, I just think it was self-defense, even though he was the aggressor, but it was just self-defense, man. Like, how can you not see that? It's because he's black that they told him to leave. That's it. It's totally not because he wasn't supposed to be there. It's totally not because he was sitting with the wrong teammates. It's totally not because he was looking for trouble. Totally not. It's because, it's just because he was black, so he was defending himself. That's it. Okay, I'm not gonna cover this many times. All I can say is that these people do not understand the meaning of self-defense. Clearly. These same people. Now, I'm going to repeat this. There are very intelligent black people. Very intelligent. And that's the sad part. And then you got people like this you'll see on camera acting. Dude, why do you gotta do stuff, man? Don't you guys have anything better to do in your lives? Like, why, and this is a BLM protest, mind you. Black Lives Matter. Like, I already played you a video of a black guy, big black fat guy, beating on another black guy. No protests for that. How come you'll see multitudes of black people hurting other black people, but they don't say a goddamn word. We've already reviewed a black guy like, you guys don't die nothing when our people die. Yet you guys don't say anything when your people die. It's only when a white guy's involved, so therefore a black life is mattering. I don't think you guys really think Black Lives Matter. I think you guys actually just hate anything that involves a white guy. And that's the sad part. If they actually sat there and cared about Black Lives Matter, how often do you think... Okay, if they actually cared about Black Lives Matter, how often do you think a Black Lives Matter protest would happen? I don't think there would be a Black Lives Matter protest. I think there would be no protest at all. Which, by the way, that is true. No protest about a black-on-black crime. No protest about the situation of a state governor not doing anything about black-on-black crime. A state governor not doing anything about a violent riot of people burning down buildings and black shops, buildings, and hurting other civilians, which are also black, by the way. Hurting cops, no matter who, right? No protest at all. None. And here's the kicker of all this. If they if they actually all cared about Black Lives Mattering, why, oh why, and just to get out of my way, why, oh why, do they constantly ignore the criminal activities of that goes on within the black community, which black people suffer the most from? Civil black people that get hurt by these same individuals. They don't care. They don't care at all. They just want to hate the white man. But hey, what do I know? I'm doing online. Let's check the chant here. So let's scroll up. Yeah. Like, see, let's just paint the entire jury as the KKK. Like, see, like, they're all white. They hate Karmelo Anthony. The KKK is no more, for one. Two, by the way, guys, if you haven't heard, I know this might come to a shock to you, but Democratic Party is the party of the KKK. Hate to break it to you, but maybe you should check some history before you start blaming Republicans. We get this. Watch Karmelo Anthony supporter threaten my life at the trial. We kill crackers. I like the smell of burning flesh. We're gonna do some net-turning shit on you. That's what the KKK did to black people. Is there gonna be the Ku Klux Klan? What do we call the Ku Klux Klan if it's black? We need to come up with the term for that one. The Black Klux Klan, I guess. Instead of the Ku Klux Klan, we're the Black Klux Klan. We're not wearing white robes, we're in black. And whatever. So let's play the video. Full video.
Get my face in the cap. We kill crackers. Where I come from, we kill them. And if I ever see you outside of Texas, you gonna have a problem. Yup. I'm gonna wrap you up in that flag and I'm gonna set it on fire. I like the smell of burning flesh, don't you? Don't you? Don't you? See, the time of you having fear on us is over, cracker. It's over, cracker. We ain't scared of you. We gonna turn this shit on you, motherfuckers.
Totally normal, civil, good behavior that by these people that support Karmelo and completely understand self-defense. Obviously, they actually care about human life, and they don't want to just go around hurting people. They're just going around threatening to kill you, because that's exactly what a normal human being does. They go around and threaten to kill you. That's exactly what they do. Now here's a no.
I'm blacker than all of you. By far, actually. So you're African? Yeah. From the motherland. Born in Africa. Hold on.
Listen to this one.
Africa. I'm blacker than...
So this is an actual civil black man who supports a white person. Seeing a trend here.
all of you. By far, actually. So you're African? Yeah. From the motherland. Born in Africa. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna tell y'all something real quick. People are not exclusively from America.
Smart person. They're not they are originally from Africa, but they're also all over the world. It's not exclusively America. So this man is a smart man. Smart, black, educated, civil, he's passionate, but he's civil. He didn't threaten to kill anybody, and he's supporting Atomic Health. You see what I mean here? Then you got a black guy like this, who's actually civil, not threatening to kill anybody, not even threatening anybody's life at all. He is speaking his mind passionately. He stands by what he believes. He's from Africa, saying he's blacker than all of you. He's not even not denying that they're not black. He's just simply saying, like an actual citizen should, with actual wanting an actual dialogue, trying to educate the other people. And let's see what these black people have to say.
Oh, that's a death threat. That's a death threat, right? Get on video. That's a death threat.
Gets threatened. A black person threatens him with violence. Another person. You see what I mean? These people, the Karmelo supporters, are not normal human beings. They're subhuman. Like I said, it's almost like their neocortex in the thinking part of the brain is just completely shut off, and the only thing active is the emotional part, and they can't even get past square one. It's almost like they're stuck in La La Land. It's almost like they're stuck and they can't improve. Like they're still in developmental phase and they can't get past that. It's weird. A death threat. A black man standing by what he believes gets death threatened by his same ethnic background. For what? For trying to talk to you? Hey, hello, Divas Dave Rose. How's it going? But anyway, also, hello, Minnesota Vikings. Hello to you people. Anyway, my point is that if a black person just stands on business, shows education, shows, like, civility, it doesn't matter. These same people that support Karmelo Anthony will threaten to kill you. They will literally threaten to kill you. Like, totally normal behavior from these same people. And the worst about it is that when this guy said he was from Africa trying to demonstrate critical thinking, logic, and actual how to be a human being, and that's a black person, other black people look at that and go, "You're not a real black person, you're an Uncle Tom." Like, it makes it hard for people like this to want to associate with people like you. It makes them go, "Man, I prefer the white person." That's why you get stuff like this. That's why. A smart black person getting threatened by his own people. Think about that. Let that sink in. Just for his beliefs. That's what you get, Lefty Tunes. That's what you get, Lefty Tunes. This is what happens when you just give people what they want without them actually earning it. They get greedy. They also get very, very entitled. How dare you, this, that, and the other. They don't even care about the fact that Anthony is innocent or guilty. They just care about the fact that he's black. And the worst of all is, if another black person actually says, "No, Anthony is guilty," "Oh, no, you're not a real black person. Fuck you. We'll kill you." Funny how that works. Now this is one of my favorite ones. Like, this dumb white freaking cowboy looking guy thinks tries to be like, "Yeah, man, like, you white apologist weirdo over here. Let's review it."
As good as mine.
Hey, look, you ain't wise, little old man. You ain't wise. Like, watch him make a fall here, and I'm kid you not, it is gonna be fun to dissect.
If Karmelo Anthony had been white, not only would he have not been convicted, there'd have never been charges. This is Old Texas Paul. Hope your coffee's as good as mine. Well, I hope it's better. I really do. Whole thing was a goddamn tragedy, and it was started by the kid that died. But
as I already covered, Anthony was the aggressor. Witness has testified. Anthony was asked to leave by everybody. Anthony refused and said, "Touch me, see what happens." Clearly looking for trouble. He clearly intended harm. That is intent. That is intent. What is murder? The intent to harm. He had the intent to harm. He's a murderer. Through and through. But old white man, wants to ignore that. Because, apparently he wants to talk about the white. But watch, he's going to make a false equivalence. It's not with the lies. Tell me when I'm lying, guy.
If Karmelo Anthony had been white and the other kid had been black, the these same people that are calling Karmelo up.
That is hearsay. You can't actually prove that, for one. So you're insinuating by inserting the idea that, well, you guys would actually support Karmelo Anthony if he was white. How would you possibly know that, for one? Two, nobody's for murder. Yeah, look, self-defense is not a crime. It was self-defense. Already covered this. I'm going to explain it again. Witness testified Anthony was the aggressor. He was asked to leave, and Anthony refused, said, touch me, see what happens. He was the aggressor. He was searching for a reason, and he had intent. And the moment he felt the need to stab somebody, it wasn't self-defense. He wanted to harm. Okay? Okay.
Young man, 14-year-old man by the name of Carmack.
There it is. There's the false equivalence he's going to make.
This is his last name. Was white. Belton was black. That jury said self-defense because he was white.
The
only
Get ready
reason
for my
Karmelo
response to
Anthony
this.
was convicted was because we are a broken, fucking, bigoted country, and Karmelo Anthony was black. Any other way you slice this, it would have been self-defense.
Okay, let me tell you why he's wrong. First of all, Chow, the guy that shot the 14-year-old kid, Captain Belton, was not white. He was Asian. Already, he's wrong on that part. Two, he's stabbing where a guy was asked to leave a tent where he wasn't supposed to be to a store that had multiple cases, or at least multiple attempts of somebody trying to rob it, right? So to talk about this, the Belton case was said to be self-defense because the black 14-year-old kid was seen on surveillance putting water bottles in his bag. Okay? And apparently that 14-year-old had a firearm. So Chow, told by his wife, hey man, he put bags in his backpack and I didn't see him put it back, resulted in a chase because Chow was trying to protect his company, his business, which he has a right to. Not 14-year-old for the gun made Chow pull the trigger. Unfortunate circumstances, yes. Turns out 14-year-old black kid did not steal anything because he put it back, right? Good. Problem was, he ran out. He had a gun. He ran away, insinuating that he may have done something wrong. Chow had every right to suspect him at that point. Black kid chose to run away, chose to reach for his gun, chose to try to kill somebody. So Chow defended himself. Nothing was wrong there, and it was an Asian. He is particularly referring to a case that was definitely self-defense based on a sequence of events that was a tragedy when the 14-year-old kid really didn't do anything wrong outside of the fact that he ran away like he did something wrong, which is stupid. Okay. He easily could have walked away. Yeah, Anthony could have walked away. You could have. Instead, no. It wasn't self-defense. Get over it. Yep. People are saying the truth. But hey. Jane. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this one more time. I'm going to explain this one more time, okay? It is not self-defense. Okay? He put himself in a situation where he wasn't supposed to be. People asked him to leave. He refused to leave. Okay? Then he decided to escalate. Make me leave. Touch me, see what happens. Does that sound like a guy trying to defend himself? Or does that sound like a guy looking for trouble? You tell me. Lies and more lies on top of lies. It's for you to prove. Okay? You can't just call me a liar and just leave it at that. Can you prove Anthony was acting in self-defense? Go for it. I'll wait. Otherwise, I will not consider. I'll just laugh, point and laugh, and you could be the laughing stock in this comment section, or you can actually engage in good faith and tell me why you think it was self-defense. Go for it. Okay? Okay. Continuing. But anyway, point being, this white old man made us false equivalence. Bullseye wins again. But anyway, it doesn't matter what color it is, but they make it a racial issue. This white man made it a racial issue. There we go. America has a black supremacy issue? I don't think it has a issue, but it might get there considering how black people are acting. Some, to be fair. I already reviewed a black guy literally defending Austin McAuliffe, being civil, being cordial, and other black people threatening him. So it's not really a supremacy issue. It's more of like a black violent issue. Violent black. It's just more like a violent black man issue kind of thing. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. I have said all of this. You guys really know what your stuff, man. Thanks for explaining that. But hey, I'm waiting for Jane to actually explain why he thinks it's self-defense, okay? It's up to him to explain his reasons, okay? I am not going to engage with Jane if you cannot engage faithfully, okay? We are all doing this. My bad, guys. Stream cut off. Hold on. Hold on. Come on. Yeah. Sorry about that. My stream cut off. So, yeah, bioweapons. I don't really agree entirely with that one. You have a point that the liberal media really are for black people, and they really paint them as his victims and tell them, hey, you guys are victims of white people. You should want to kill them. Yeah, then that part is true. That part is definitely true. They paint them as this guy, people who are oppressed and always been oppressed. Realistically speaking, they're not. I don't know about the black supremacy part or the control part, but yeah, you are right that the media definitely gives a delusion to a group of people. So I'll agree with that. Not really me, though, Dave. Bioweapon. Though, there is a genetical part that does play into the actions of certain groups of people. There is, I'll say that much. But I will also say this. There are very intelligent black people as well. Very. So, I'm going to be careful with those things because I don't want to insinuate black people can't act a different way because there are very, very intelligent black people. It won't be 13% versus 17%. Comments here, man. What's going on here? 23 live viewers. Shout out to you all of you. Anyway, done with that. It's good. So, okay, so I wish I saved up because there was a lot of comparisons between Karmelo Anthony and Kyle Rittenhouse when it comes to self-defense. So this guy says Karmelo Anthony responds physically assaulted by multiple times by stabbing a perpetrator, Austin McAuliffe. Meanwhile, Kyle Rittenhouse illegally purchases a firearm through a straw man sale funded by a government stimulus money, stores it across state lines to avoid his home state laws, shows up to a protest and murders 2 people while injuring a third and gets cleared. If only we knew what the difference was. Yeah, this is another false equivalence on a monumental scale. So let's just break it down for anybody that doesn't know. One, let's talk about the Karmelo Anthony. Clearly, he wasn't being assaulted. Austin or Hunter did not attack him. The whole group of people were asking Anthony to leave. That's already been covered. I've already explained this. Right? Right. Operation Mockingbird. I know of the White Republic. Man, I'm getting a lot of conspiracy theorists around me, but that's okay. I love them. I love the conspiracy theorists because they, at least a lot of conspiracy theorists compared to people who don't believe in them, at least have some individual thought. When you talk to a person about a conspiracy theory that don't believe in them, they have some sort of like mental shutdown. I don't get it. I don't really get it. So, yeah, I always had a better talk with a conspiracy theorist. Hey, Joe, you're going to like Devious Dave Rose, JC, and NC, the people I know. So, yeah, got a new friend, Dave. Whoa, careful. You men careful with them facts, not women. It won't be 70%. Hey, man. I love the comment section, by the way. You guys are nice. Thanks for tuning in, by the way. This has been a fun stream so far, so we're going to continue. So, talking about the Karmelo Anthony, I already covered this. Everybody knows that Karmelo Anthony was saying, "Touch me, see what happens," was inciting that he would hurt somebody, okay? So, there's that. Now, let's go to the Kyle Rittenhouse case. Kyle Rittenhouse, first of all, did not purchase a firearm. It was provided by a friend. He was across state lines, but that firearm wasn't across state lines. It was from the same state he received it, obviously. So that's point one. Point two, he was in territory already doing community service within that territory. Because of the same group of people, same rioters that were destroying it, attacking people, hurting people, regardless of what you want to say. And three, that actually not just three, it's the third one. Kyle Rittenhouse was with a group of people defending a shop from a group of rioters. Obviously, he had the firearm, knowing full well that they were violent. Newsflash, having a knife or having a firearm, I do not believe means you want to hurt people. Obviously, you have it because you can look cool. One might look cool, and the other is, well, I'm in a group of people with a mob that might attack me. It's best to arm myself just in case if the people decide to act a fool, right? Right. So nothing wrong with that. Kyle Rittenhouse obviously was attacked by the first person he shot. Kyle Rittenhouse was being chased by a guy saying he's gonna fucking kill him, threw a beer bottle at him, chased him, and it turned out to be a pedophile. And by the way, that guy was white. Funny enough that the Lifty Tunes don't get mad about Kyle shooting a white freaking pedophile. It's white guy. Like, why are you mad about that? But who cares, right? So there's that. And after Kyle literally defends himself, shooting a guy literally wanted to kill him, rightfully so, the whole mob says, let's get him and kill him. Chased him down the street. Chasing him down the street. Kyle Rittenhouse, you'll see him disengage, attempt to disengage the entire time. And when he falls to the ground, a guy tries to, with a boost, tried to kick his face in, nearly gets shot and run away. The other guy with a gun, I don't know what the other guy was, but the skateboard guy got shot again. And then the third guy with a pistol that was actually illegal for him to have, nearly shot him. Kyle shot his arm and continued running away. There is no comparison here because Kyle Rittenhouse gone in completely with good intentions. You cannot prove otherwise. He had no intentions to hurt anybody. He had every intention to keep a building safe from rioters. And when it came down to people attacking him, he had every right to take action. He didn't attack anybody. He didn't threaten anybody. He didn't say, I'm going to shoot you. No, that was the other way around. Clearly, the intent was self-defense. For Karmelo, touch me, see what happens. Being in a place where people were literally just asking, hey, please leave. At a track meet, no less. Had a knife, conveniently. When nobody was attacking him, people like to say, oh, he was being jumped. That didn't happen. He wouldn't even been able to stab anybody if that was the case. But when he was asked to leave and when he was shoved at best, an altercation at best, he decides, I'm going to take a knife and stab you. Which one is self-defense? I'll let you guys decide. But that's all I say. Fighting against the ones are the ones they're fighting for. Banned knife. Interesting statement. Okay, let's continue on. Thank you. Oh, damn, we're doing pretty good, aren't we? So let's continue here. Okay, so this is the parents of apparently Drew Anthony parents. Let's listen into them. Okay.
Today's behalf.
My son didn't intend to hurt anyone.
Well, he did, and he was picking a fight with people just for asking them to leave. So, I'm going to say this. If you think your son didn't intend to harm anybody, he certainly had intent the moment he started like telling people, I can sit wherever I want, make me move, touch me, see what happens. I'm sorry that your son seemingly wanted to hurt people in the instance when he was being told, please leave. Kindly, by the way. He was the aggressor. Can't really say that. Yeah, human, you're right. It did kill, like, I believe it was only like 2,000, over 2,000 and stuff right there with the KKK. The KKK has also killed white people for trying to help black people. So, like, here's the thing. There was a lot of white people trying to stop the Ku Klux Klan from killing a bunch of black people. So, that's what happened. Then you get Martin Luther, and that was actually successful. Then you get Martin Luther King Jr. The KKK was already kind of like downgraded, so that way there was that. There was illegal lynchings going on. Don't get me wrong, but white people worked their way to stop that. So, listen, black people's freedoms, what had a lot to do with white people trying to give them that. I know this might be people that might hate this, but you know what I'm going to talk about right now. 1776, when the Declaration of Independence was signed and United States is an individual country, there's a person named William Barford or whatever his name was. He was trying to, it was a long process when he was trying to stop the Atlantic slave trade of black people. He was trying to say these are humans too, and he worked his way up. Abraham Lincoln got involved because, you know what I'm saying? Because at the time, it was even before the Republican Party formed to abolish slavery, but this was way before. There was already white people trying to work to get slavery abolished. It was defeated. Those bills were defeated, right? But there was plenty of white people trying to say, hey, let's stop the Atlantic slave trade. And over time, it happened. So yeah, I'm just trying to say here, like, there was a lot of white people that were already trying to end slavery. So they were even trying to end the Babylonian, I don't remember his name, but there was a lot of white people in Europe being traded as slaves into Africa. So there's a lot that goes on in that. And that white people were slaves to black people before black people were slaves to white people. So that gets into a lot of those things, and I know that's not really relative to the KKK, but lynchings were going on way before the KKK, when slave owners would lynch black people for just misbehaving. That was chattel slavery. Yeah, so I'm just doing that historical breakdown, and I'm not trying to say like white people were right and all that stuff. There are white people that were bad, like KKK. Yeah, there are still white people who acted fool, which we'll get to later. There's a white guy who thinks he's black for whatever reason, but we'll get to that. Anyway, let's go. Let's play this clip.
My son was defending himself.
Courtroom.
5 minute clip. It's expensive.
What stuck out to you?
What stuck out to me, number one, was the all
murder is murder. End of discussion. Black, blue, green, and red. Murder is murder, but I'm not. Can you please elaborate what you mean by that, Jesus? Are you saying Karmelo is still a murderer or something?
Sure. But I was trying to be, like, not that big of a deal. I mean, the truth is on our side.
At the sentencing hearing,
the truth is on their side. Watch him call the whole process racist, even though the truth was entirely against him. He thought it was on his side, but literally speaking. By the way, glad Danny brought this up, which we'll get to later. Apparently they bought a mansion with all the freaking fundraising for Karmelo Anthony. They certainly were caring and grieving for their child that they were going to lose for the next 34 years. But they got their mansion now with all the funds they got. So, yeah.
Defense called only one witness on Anthony's behalf, his mother, Kayla Hayes. What did you tell the jury?
To have mercy on my son.
What do you say?
I agree with the mercy part, don't get me wrong, as a born-again Christian. Dude, I'm sorry. To ask for mercy like that to the court system, you should be asking forgiveness from the parents that your son killed their son. You know what I mean? Like, why are you begging for forgiveness from the jury, first of all, knowing full well that your son murdered somebody in cold blood? I am just sorry. Especially at the fact of the matter at hand that you literally bought a mansion. After all the fundraising. Oh my word. Oh, dude, the irony of this. These people are horrible. I'm sorry. I hate to say it, but these people are horrible. Like, you bought a mansion knowing full well your son is going to prison. And you were saying, I hope the jury has mercy on my son. Well, where was that support when you got all that money? Huh? That is insane to me. It is insane. That is diabolical. Oh my word. These parents are evil. I'm sorry, these parents are evil. That is evil. You wanted forgiveness, but you expected the jury to give it, but you don't want to do anything for your son. Holy hell. That is amazing to me. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Adrian Ross, by the way, I'll get to that later, is apparently working on a case to get Karmelo Anthony capital punishment. Listen, look. I pray for Karmelo. I pray that he turns a new leaf, he repents, and you know what? I should not have murdered. I am a bad person. That was horrible what I did. Absolutely hope he does that, right? The parents here honestly encouraged Karmelo, probably encouraged this sort of behavior on Karmelo. It's probably true. I think that's the case. Because, how do I put this, man? I don't want to be a dick here, but even though a lot of the problems when it comes to black families is missing black fathers, right? I don't think bringing the black father black always solves the issue, because black fathers may act the same way. Think of Rampage Jackson, for example, after his son attacked a white pro wrestler after an incident, right? Rampage Jackson, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. He's a violent guy himself. I'm making the point that black fathers isn't enough, okay? Fathers isn't enough. If a son sees the father act out in aggressive manners, he's going to attribute that as okay and do the same thing. That's it. Okay, being a father isn't enough. Okay? Not everybody deserves to be a parent. Okay? I'm sorry to say this, but this is what I believe. It sucks, right? It sucks that fathers go missing, right? It sucks. And a lot of black fathers don't deserve that. Some who do try to have a relationship with the kid, great, right? Black mothers can be that bad, yes. But clearly, having a black father isn't enough. Clearly, there's a cultural issue. And they think this son did nothing wrong, despite the behavior he showed during when he was being asked to leave. Am I going crazy? Am I wrong here? Like, I just don't know anymore, man. Hold on, let's go back. There is no money. What are you talking about? Literally, Ricky Clark, Karmelo literally got millions of dollars donated to him. GoFundMe for his case. What do you mean, no money?
To his grieving family.
It's unfortunate to where nobody wins. We've all been hurt by this. Everybody.
That poor boy is fixing to experience a life that I would not wish upon anyone.
But he brought it on himself when he murdered. Like, again, he committed a violent act that took somebody's life. Like, this isn't, like he has to suffer the consequences. Like, hey, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. That's it.
Cap's father, Jeff, called Anthony's sentencing bittersweet.
You got only $600K. That's not true. Well, even so, that he's still receiving money, and the parents are still buying shit. And we'll get to that later, by the way, Ricky.
What it boils down to for me is this.
And Danny already covered this when it comes to, like, this. Like, the parents literally did not care. They literally went ahead and spent money on something else.
Austin will never walk through that door again. Hug.
The case drew national attention, prompting protests in support of both teens. And both families involved say they've received threats.
This morning.
Yeah, okay, that's where I say, yeah, I sympathize for that one. No, threats are not good, okay? No family should be getting threats. That's unnecessary.
Had multiple emails, text, threatening me, calling me all sorts of names.
Point to call back one man they say
he bullied, and he got bullied. He defended himself and got 30 years as an Asian man got shot a kid running from him in the black no time. I already covered this. First of all, Anthony was not bullied. Okay? That was a fabricated lie. Okay? It's already been testified that he said, hey, touch me and see what happens. Make me move. Saying things like that. There was no self-defense. And at best, it was a shove. That's not constitution of self-defense. He wasn't bullied. He was looking for trouble actively. And I already covered this story. The kid was seen in surveillance putting water bottles in his bag. And then when the Asian guy, Chow, tried to confront the black kid, who happened to have a firearm, the kid ran away. Chow chased him down. And Chow's son, when the black kid fell, said, he's reaching for his gun. Chow took action. That was complete self-defense. You're comparing apples and oranges, dude.
Used to dox them.
Why are you calling me that?
Both families urge support.
Is this serious comment? Hold on. This is a serious comment. The narratives you're rolling with are being controlled by the whites who want you to act out for political theater. The left, wake up already. Oh. Shake 94 is telling that. I thought it. Okay. No, it was actually the smart one here. Never mind. I was about to say. You said something smart. Never mind. Nice. Y'all in echo chamber. What do you mean I'm in echo chamber? What have I said that was wrong? Again. And from the rain, he chose to. He was told to move. He could have sat with his own team. He didn't have to be there. He chose to do that. Why wasn't he with his own team? They just asked him to leave. He was like, no, I'm not going to leave. Make me leave. Touch me and see what happens. Make me move. Like, dude, like, people just ignore that. Like, I don't know how you ignore that. We are all here for votes. Are black people allergic to water? It's just rain. You dry your... Like, it's raining. Like, okay. Move. Anyway, like, well, just move. Be with your own team. Maybe you wouldn't have to deal with water if you decided to leave and sit with another team. Leave your team to sit with another. Like, why would you even need to do that? Black supremacy is a threat. See what I mean? Like, people will say stuff like that because black people keep, being like, white people are evil. Everyone was seeking shelter. They were outside and doing track. I don't think rain is gonna make anybody hurt. Like seriously, you cannot be seriously using rain as a reason why it was self-defense. That's just not logical. Like there's no logic behind that. It's rain. You'd be running. You're in a track and field meet. You're gonna be. You know what I mean? You're obviously gonna burn your body up by constantly moving. It's cardiac activity, really. You're running. You're moving fast. You're gonna be sweating. You're gonna be burning up. Your body's gonna be burning up, heart beating, right? So you're gonna prostrate. That's literally like I shouldn't even have to explain this. Fucking what? I know, right? Like, it is amazing to me that people will defend Anthony. Just no, he was being bullied. Like, what? First, it's not even true. Like, yeah, right. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I appreciate it.
To tame their emotions.
I forgave him. But
that's understandable. Forgiving, that's great. You forgave him. That's great to forgive. Good on the father, Austin McAllister, to forgive. Great, good on him.
You need to understand about forgiveness. Forgiveness was not for him. Forgiveness was for me, so I don't carry the rage, the hate, and that around.
Exactly. Means that's what forgiveness is. It's more of a personal feeling. So letting go of something that, like you feel like it's not for him, it was for me. I forgive you, but you still took my son away. You have to suffer those consequences. That is giving grace to Anthony regardless, because it's also helping him. Forgiveness is about self and healing. That's what it is. So this is the right move. Going on the father.
Eat me up like cancer.
At the end of the day, we can say or do for people to accept us.
My son didn't.
So, like, you see what I mean? He made it a racial. The black father, there's nothing.
Austin Metcalf. You see the boy in Frisco?
Not hate us. Like, first of all, nobody hates you for being black. First of all, okay, you try to make it a racial thing. No, your son murdered somebody. Should he be getting death threats? No. But still, like, what? Seriously? That. Don't you even get the idea that his wife, for one? Where did that even come from? What? Two, already debunked the bully situation. It's been fabricated lie. The fact that people even run with that is amazing to me. So there's that. And also the racist part, overused. You beat it to with no meaning, but going with that. What is even racist to you, for one? Even if you thought they were racist, Karmelo was being to leave, asked to leave by everybody. That doesn't justify stabbing somebody. But in any case, let's just ask this question: if a white man stabbed a black man in reverse, well, when the black person was trying to ask him to leave, the white man got aggressive and stabbed him. Would you say the same thing? Or would you just be like, yeah, that's murder on the white guy's part? The point is, that's it. What's going on? Mind you, Rittenhouse walked free after shooting multiple people. This kid defended himself from an aggressor. Yeah, again, Kyle Rittenhouse was attacked by multiple aggressors, like a whole mob of aggressors that were already aggressive in the first place, because they were literally destroying an entire city. Anthony was being asked to leave. And his order, Anthony was the aggressor. People believe whatever they want. White people are controlling you to act that. Using that, Noah, like, that's awesome. Like, yeah, white people are literally controlling you, man. Like, the same people you hate. Keep going. Like, that's true. Black think them bad. You guys are awesome, man. Like, with them comments. Tired of the minorities thinking they're superior. That's so ironic, because some black people do that. It's so weird. Karmelo Anthony is a 19-year-old and will be eligible for parole at 36. Meanwhile, Kyle Rittenhouse was 17, crossed state lines with an assault rifle. Again, as I said, he didn't cross state lines with an assault rifle. It's not even an assault rifle, for one. It was an AR light rifle, so it's not an assault rifle. It was a hunting rifle, so it's like dumb. Instigated a crowd. They were already freaking violent, so he didn't do that. They were doing that on their own, about to destroy a shop. Murdered 2 people. Well, first of all, he killed 3 people, and it wasn't a murder. It was self-defense. Right? And he gets a book tour because he represented an actual person who stood up to an angry mob of people and defended himself and won against them. Anyway, let's go. Oh, and this is going to be rifle. AR stand for. It does not. Right. Who wants to explain them that? Have fun. Well, I guess what they think it is like an M16 or something when it comes to assault rifle. When they think of one, I guess like they don't really know what firearms are, really, to be fair. So yeah. I'm brown. Black goes down. Interesting. Anyway, let's listen to this.
Everybody. Excuse me, everybody. I'm going to Streamer University, but most importantly, free Karmelo. Thank you.
She wants to free Karmelo. Holds. I wouldn't say flight hostage libs of TikTok, to be fair. Seems like she just kind of just protesting and moved about her day. Don't get me wrong. I think she's stupid for saying dumb things like that. But, hey, she's welcome to her own dumb opinion. So let her have her dumb opinion. Doesn't matter. She did stop the flight and disrupt a little bit of peace. So, yeah. Go ask Mr. Kelf why he died. Is still people trying to defend the murder or something? Like, what's going on? Everyone is sick of the basketball people. What's this dude? What? Streamer and city lol. Streamer University lol. Okay. McAuliffe can't breathe anymore. Machine gun is an assault rifle. Use the same way about you. That was to Miss Missy, but welcome to you. Welcome to Big Pork, No Offenses, ADH Demek, Lock, Funk, London Werewolf, Z71Z28. Who else? Barney, no, it stands for Iranian race. It's really just hurting our side when we stoop down to their level. Oh, that's it. London, I'm brown. Comedy Mothership, 35 years is too long for anything. Funk Con, there's a Nazi symbol. Somebody has a Nazi symbol as their profile. Like, very bold of you, by the way. Nazi or a commie symbol. Well, then again, people have commie symbols, so I guess it's okay. Karmelo Anthony getting only 35 years in injustice. He'll be out before time at age. While Austin had his whole life ahead of him. The Black Sun, by the way, that's your profile pic. I'm just curious why you have that as your profile pic. By the way, I'm not judging, because there are people like that have like commie flags anyway. So like commie is okay. Being a commie, right? And I know like the Nazi communists have real bad history with each other. Like the Nazi regime was
war efforts were geared mostly towards the communistic and the USSR, right? So there's that. But I'm just curious. Like, both parties are bad. They did horrible things. So just curious. First time I'm seeing something like this, and it's brave. Don't get me wrong. Because of communists. But can you explain why you decided to have that as your profile pic? Is it just like troll or something? Get a fucking life. Dude. How's it going on to you, buddy? Not sure what that was. But if it's to me, I already have one. I already beat you. Kind of already. Little attack there, buddy. Can I call it a rant, homie? Oh, that's a good question, actually. I'll tell you guys what. I would love to take calls, by the way. Because a lot of people do have a lot of opinionated stuff, and that's great. I have that because I believe in the ideology. I believe in the ideology because both parties are known for interests, not just for either in Britain, Germany, France, and Canada, etc. Well, hey, okay. We can debate that later. That being said, about it. I hope you find Christ. I'm not saying this to be mean. I think this is just me. I think if you really, I think you should try. I think you should really, really think about that. I mean, I won't hate you for that belief because again, we got commies running around anyway, and being a Nazi is like not as I don't even think as bad at this point. But I'm not really gonna condone being a Nazi. But hey, I love you. I love you. Okay, I love you. I love my chatters that hate me too. Some of them you hate me too. Yeah, he's in jail for killing someone. A shove doesn't equate. Yeah, I love you, my the black son. I found Christ. He's not what you think he is. Well, at least you found Christ. I think he is exactly what I think he is, actually. A guy, one true says he is the truth, the light. He is my Lord and Savior. That's what I believe. I don't hate you. I don't hate you either, actually. In fact, I'm glad I got a guy like you in my chat because I get to converse with you and get to understand you. That's the point of this dialogue. And in the meantime, Funk wants to call in my stream. I hope we get to talk about this stuff in the future, just to get an understanding at least. So yeah, I'm not gonna be scared to talk to a Nazi or associate because I've associated myself with Marxists, fascists. Well, not really fascists. I never really did, but this will be my first time. So I know a person that might actually like talking to you, dude, named Devious Dave Rose. Or Nazi, but he does like talking about this stuff. If you're still there, Devious Dave Rose. Yeah. So here's the deal. Man, we're gonna go pretty much all day, it seems. I will put my Discord link in the chat. You guys will be free to join. But I want people to know I will have maybe like one at a time at best, maybe. But 2 hours that way. Call. So, okay, so what we're going to do, I might just actually create a new one just for case, because I don't really control the one I'm in right now. Just for me and my friends. Because like this server I use, I have no control over. So I want to like have dialogue with people. If people want a dialogue, I would love a dialogue with you. Some of you in my chat, maybe even defending Carmelo for whatever reason. You can scream at me all you want, and when I let you on, okay? Okay. So, get a channel. Fights auto. We'll put user limit through 3 and save. And call it the Bullsy server, right? That's my channel name, by the way. So, invite, copy link, and I put it in the chat, and all of you can join. Okay, give me a sec, okay? Because honestly, it's great to see people want to join. So there you go. All right, I put it in. The FBI patrol Discord as well, so people shouldn't be on there that much. Yeah. Info: YouTube censored you. Learn how to avoid censorship properly. Thank you. I don't really care about that though, to be fair. Being a Nazi isn't crime. I don't think it is either. There ain't really anything. I mean, again, we got commies running around. At this point, if morality is being thrown out the window, commies cannot complain about a Nazi. Then again, it makes sense for them to complain about a Nazi because they were killing them. But anyway, yeah. Oh, dang it, you can't click it? Okay, what are we gonna do? Then I'll edit my description. How about that? I'll edit my description. I put it in my description. And that should work. And you're just going to have to re-enter the stream just in case. All right, so I put it in the description. And you should see people rolling in. Yeah, the boy father family is racist. You're talking about Karmelo or Austin McKell family? Who knows? I personally don't care what you're talking about because people like to throw those things around, right? Right. So tell me when. Okay, welcome. 9688405. Welcome to you. I'm gonna go be in the Discord. So those of you guys can join. Funk, you better have you. Are you Funk?
Hello.
Hello, are you Funk? Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Are you there?
How are you?
Are you Funk?
I am not answering that question.
Come on, man. I'm talking about like the.
Don't answer questions. We don't answer questions.
You don't answer questions. Come on, it's my stream, man. Come on, have some little dignity, man. Give me like I gotta just at least confirm. And I'm not asking for your real name, by the way. I'm just asking, hey, man, are you like what's your chatter name in my comment section? Yeah.
People call me Ghost.
Ghost. Okay, fine. All right, fine, Ghost. So like, what do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about exactly about this situation?
I don't know. I just was flipping around and I thought what you were talking about was interesting. I thought the comment section was pretty funny. So.
It is kind of funny, to be honest with you. I got a Nazi in there, so why not? YouTube apparently censored me, which I don't really give two shits about because I don't really stream too much anyway. But hey, man. So what I'm talking about is like I don't know. You're catching on. Was about this a case between Karmelo Anthony stabbing Austin McKell, and what I was reviewing at the time was people trying to justify the murder by trying to say it's bullying. They were trying to they were trying to attack Karmelo Anthony, and what I go over was Karmelo was actually being aggressor, saying, touch me, see what happens, make me move, and what happened was McAuliffe does get aggressive, don't get me wrong, but he shoves him. That prompts Anthony to go, oh, better stab him. So, I don't know what you think.
Yeah, I mean, I hear it all the time. I mean, I work with a guy that's, from the, call it urban area, and he comes in on the bus and he's always complaining, he's always upset, and he's always causing problems. And I don't know, what do we do as a society, and then you look at England and it's the same thing, I have a couple of buddies on Xbox, from England, and they tell me the same shit, but it's with the Muslims there, and it's just like, there's just a lack of respect, like, between people nowadays, it seems like,
Yeah. Understand that because a lot of people love to hate each other nowadays, and that's true for many cases. So what I would also, I want to get your thoughts on this. Hey, what do you think of the racial problems that people keep talking about when it comes to this case? Like, why do you think people try to be like, because we're black that, or because Anthony's black and the jury was white that Anthony got prosecuted? Do you agree with that, or do you think that's actually false?
I mean, I think any big trial, they always complain, like, no matter what side it is,
always going to be
jury selection shit.
Yeah, that's true. But do you agree with
that? So I don't, you know what I mean? It's like the OJ trial. Like, how many times did they go through jury selection for that? Or even just if you remember, like, the Karen Reed trial, that was all over the news, because they the state police or whatever framed her for killing the cop boyfriend, but she didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's a Netflix documentary, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
I don't know. I have no faith in the system anymore. I don't think any of us do, so it's just like, at this point, it's just, what are we even talking about? It's obviously there's two branches of law, two branches of, everything for, depending on who you're connected to or whatever, or, if the media wants to use you for a certain reason or frame you or, make you a scapegoat or whatever,
Yeah.
It'll happen.
Actually, you should have caught the first part of this stream, because my whole criticism is the fact that political commentators made it a racial issue. Because, one, you have to talk about the fact that someone's black or white just means that you only care about the skin color. You don't actually care about the morality of the situation. So the moment somebody tries to make it a racial issue, tells me where their actual ethics lie. They don't exist, actually. So that's my first issue. Anybody that tries to justify a stabbing just because they didn't want to move somewhere else tells me that no, you don't care about the morality of the situation. You just care about the fact that it's the skin color. And I'm going to say this right now. I'm going to say this.
Sorry, what are you there?
Yeah, I'm going to say this right now, and you're going to speak, or you're going to get to speak about this. The reality is there's degeneracy on all ends. But I also reviewed this. I don't know what you think of this. I do think there are white people who act the fool. There are Asians, no matter what. But I just reviewed videos of black people for defense of Karmelo, threatening to kill people, acting the fool, to quote unquote, people like to say chipping out. I don't know a better term. I would just say they just don't know how to be civil.
Well, that's the thing too, is that growing up when I was younger, I'm in my 30s, but when I was younger, this shit never, if it did happen, it was so like far and few between that it was like something we never spoke about, but now I feel like it's happened so often, and they call it the culture, and it's just like, it's the brain rot, and
you got it.
You know what I mean? It's just fucking the degradation of our society, and no one wants to say anything, and then if you say something, it's like, and feel about it, it's just like, I feel like everybody with a brain where I'm from has moved away, or everybody with balls has realized that, oh, this state is run by communists. You know what I mean? It's like, how many states are run by communist women?
I know,
they're
right?
never from a state. They're always from some other state.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're never from the state they grew up in, because people would probably be like, yo, she was a fucking weirdo when I was younger.
Yeah, I
And
know.
now she's fucking the mayor now or whatever. You know, it's
There's a guy I know named Falmouth Ken. Like, he always talks about the New York governor. I don't remember his name, but he's Muslim, right? And he does not even originally. He's not even originally from the United States. Yet, meanwhile, people voted for him in, and yet he was like, I kid you not, his reasons for having less police officers for not handling domestic disputes. This is his reasons.
Yeah.
I kid you not. It was because, well, police officers shouldn't really handle those things because you never know. Because sometimes they might accidentally shoot a homeless person. I'm like, what? What?
Yeah.
Like, how did you? Okay. Also, like, okay, we got some shitty ass people in office. Not gonna lie, I do not know where our government is finding these people, but clearly they are trying to they're trying to create they're trying to create a tribalistic society.
The simplest explanation is always the answer.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what quote that's from, but if you think about it, they want to replace us. It makes sense. And today I was thinking about it too. Like, you know, I know the Nazi thing and that no one wants to talk about the Jews and this and that. But, you know, over the past few years, we've been hearing people say, oh, the Jews and the blacks. And I don't like to believe it, right? But then I was thinking about it, and then I'm like, why would like people want to make black people poor and all this stuff? And then I'm thinking about it. And then I'm like, well, who's lawyers? The majority of lawyers are Jewish, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in order for them to make money, they need criminals committing crime.
So what do?
To make money. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, it just makes sense the way it all works. You know what I mean? But then if you say, you're like, yo, maybe, you know, if you guys went to jail less and, you know, we weren't spending, everyone's like, oh, prisons. And it's like, yeah, but why do we spend so much on prisons? Why, you know what I mean?
And here's the thing about that. You know how they and this is the reason why black people mainly go to prisons, why they're targeted. Because yes, first of all, we have to look at who runs these black towns and black neighborhoods. If you keep people stupid, you don't educate them, you don't tell them what their rights are, it's easier to take advantage of them. So anybody that tries
I'm just so confused by everything. Like the liberals now hate the Jews and hate Israel.
Yeah.
But call everybody else Nazis, and we really know that all these Epsteiners and shit and all these Democrats are all tied to, like, you know, Israel money, but no one can talk about it, you know, but it's just everything's so friggin' screwed up.
It's so weird that it's even illegal to talk about in some countries of why, like, majority of people of Israel are Jewish to these sorts of organizations. So it's very strange, right? And then you realize, like, some of these same people in Israel are tied to the Epstein files, which is entirely a different topic, which I don't really, honestly, I see nobody really getting arrested over that. But either way, I'm making the point that, yeah, it's very complex, but it's also very simple. So who do we really blame? Well, let's just say we live in a society where we do child sacrifices in a form of abortion. And we do homosexuality and call it, like, pride and call it a good thing. There's so many things we could go into detail. My point is that you're right, it's simple, but it's also very complex when you look at it. It's such a huge thing to dissect. All I can say is, like, you have to look at the world in the lens of what it is. This world is ran by Satan. And this is Satan's world. But guess what? Even though God made the world, Satan likes to live on it and run it and control everything. I say Satan because it's a philosophical way, but also it's true. People like doing evil. But also, in my eyes, hey, I'm not long for this world. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my best to, hey, this is the way to live. I'm going to live my best life.
You sound pretty young.
Huh? I sound pretty young?
You sound pretty young.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I sound young, but I'm going to live my best life, and I'm going to help the people around me. I like talking about this because this is actually an issue people like to make an issue for. But I'm going to focus on the people around me.
You follow that YouTube guy, like the goth guy, the nationalist guy with the makeup and shit?
You mean
he was streaming today with Gypsy Crusader. I don't know if you saw it.
You mean the UK guy who recently made a video about like the the kid that they did a film about when it was really the black guy who stabbed the woman. Yeah, I've seen some of his content.
He's pretty smart, and I think he lives in North Ireland, you know. But he had Gypsy Crusader on today. I didn't get to finish the whole thing. But it's weird, you know. Like in Northern Ireland, like I guess he's allowed to say certain things. Yeah, Jacob Monroe, thank you. But yeah, you're allowed to say certain things in Northern Ireland because they're afraid to go in there or something. But like if you're in, say, I don't know, he said something about it. And I'm like, what, you know, what the hell? It's like, when are we going to start, you know, just loving each other and shit?
Hold on, give me a sec. All right, my bad. Okay, I had to do something real quick. Now let me hop in this channel. If you want to hop in back in, you can. But anyway, I had to do something. Sorry about that. Damn. All right, sorry about that. Had to leave to do something. Anyway, continue your thought.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what we were just talking about. What?
You were talking about like Jake Monroe and like what's happening in Ireland and why you can't say certain things in there.
Oh yeah, it's just crazy that they can't even say anything. And then he said you guys should go listen to it, but again, I don't think you can listen to it because you got to like sign up for his account or whatever. But he said that guy, that was like almost beheaded or whatever. He said that guy was deaf and that the kid was trying to like gouge his eyes out. So now that guy's blind and deaf.
Oh, interesting. So, like, the issue is you can't talk about it because, I think I know what you're referring to, because there was a law passed in the UK where you can't really create content about these certain things because it's actually harmful to children and something.
I don't even think they're allowed to post a Jew or anything. Like, if it's, I mean.
Yeah, and
you know,
it's one. Honestly, I would
understand. There, it depends. You know.
Yeah, honestly, like, considering how UK was ran, I can't really trust a law they made because clearly they want to, because clearly they've been defensive for like the illegal immigrants that was coming into the country for one, right? So them passing that law just incites like, hey, don't talk about the bad things they're doing because that's bad.
Yeah.
So like,
I know Jake Monroe said too they need their guns back, or I think that was Gypsy Crusader was like, you guys just need your guns back. It's kind of crazy.
Well, like, I don't remember his name, but this is a total segue, but I do think this is important to talk about. this, I'm going to talk about what you just segued to, and which is fine. I'm going to go okay with talking about this because it's important to talk about this because it does play into the racial issue. One, there was I think the Prime Minister of the UK was a former lawyer, and he played a defense for a person that was, I think, was a rapist, if I remember correctly, and he was actually defending the rapist, and he played that role. And over time, he also played the role of a lawyer against people who made comments on Twitter, etc., and try to get them prosecuted for saying things and said, well, we shouldn't really have freedom of speech. Look, he said this bad thing because he said talking about nuking people when it was just clearly a joke. Over time, he started trying to get rid of the First Amendment just because people were saying things that were maybe offensive and maybe harmful.
I mean, even the chud thing, I mean, everyone can think what they want about the thing, but I mean, you do have a right to walk around and call people names. Yes. You know, it might be a hate crime, you know what I mean? But you don't have a right to, you know, like, I guess, assault them or whatever, you know, or maybe you do. I don't know what the law is. If someone calls you a name and you hit them or, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like, maybe there's some lawyers in the chat.
Okay, so, like, here's the thing. The problem was with that system was that you can be arrested for saying words. That's the problem with the UK. And that's a problem in Germany too. There's a problem in Italy. You can be prosecuted just for saying words. Nowadays words are taken out of context. So your words could be taken literal and you could be prosecuted. Like, wait a minute, that was like a totally different situation and environment.
But it seems like he's getting prosecuted more for what he was doing online in the trial or whatever. From what I saw, they said, oh, well, you know, your stuff online was really, you know, racial and hateful and blah, blah, blah.
But it doesn't really matter. Like, people are living in hate all the time. People hate all the time.
That's exactly it. It's like they're screaming, you know, Charlie Kirk deserved it, and you're the next one. And I mean, and Nick Shirley. I mean, I really pray for Nick Shirley because I swear he's the next one. It's either him or Jay O'Keefe or DC Drano, probably in my mind, or maybe what's his name? What's the guy's name? The funny one, Alex Stein.
Oh, yeah?
I could see him getting, you know.
Yeah, I get it. Well, here's the thing about all this. Now, making sure that tying everything into this, there are, like, we do have people literally in America, literally trying to arrest people for hate speech, trying to get people hate speech. Let me just say this: like, the same people will say there's nothing like hate, like Christian love like Christian hate. They like to say Christians are hateful. Sure, there are Christians that are hateful. These same people are the most hateful people you'll come around, yet they champion sympathy, compassion, what do you call it? Tolerance, right? Yet they are the most intolerant people you'll come around. And I'm going to say this. I'm just going to say this. If people actually cared about what they actually preach, then you would see nothing like that. You would see nothing like, hey, I'm proud that this guy died. You would have seen things like, I don't agree with the guy, but shooting him was not the answer. Because guess what?
I mean, we live in a nanny state, dude. These people are allowed to just be the way they are, you know what I mean? And it's so bad. Like, I work with a black guy, and he literally says, like, oh, I'm like, why don't you have a license? I've asked him before, and his sister and shit, too.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, oh, if I have a car, I'd kill someone. He's like, I drove one time and got arrested. He got arrested at, like, 16, 17, like, driving illegally. And then, like, when the cop took him out the car, he's cussing at him and shit. And then he couldn't get his license till he was, like, 21. So he never ended up getting it. And then he's like, oh, well, I'd probably kill someone. And I think he got in some fist fight or something with his brother in his car or something. And I'm like, why is it always, like, calamity, dude? Like, we call this guy Captain Chaos at my work. He, you know, comes in and it's just calamity follows this guy. You know, he just hates everybody. Everyone's an asshole, you know, and it's like the nanny state. Like, because and it's not just him. It's like, it's the mentality of, like, I don't even know. I don't even know.
Yeah, so, like, I have a theory about that. When people do these things, I think they just love drama around their lives. That's why.
Yeah, that's what one of my other coworkers says. He's like, he thrives in chaos and all that crap, and you know.
It's just how people are. I know people that just like to have issues, that or just lazy, or just don't want to do anything, right? And some of these same people I covered, like, don't have anything going on in their lives. So what do? They go around trying to hurt others just for something that has nothing to do with them, right? In this case, it's kind of the same thing. I think he sometimes lets things get to him, especially things that really wouldn't affect him at all if he didn't pay attention to it. Yet there he goes, getting into fights. There he goes saying, "I'd run somebody over." Like, why would you run somebody over, for one? Like, why?
I could have a whole 45-minute stand-up special on the guy at work. Like, I shit you not. Like, I could keep going and going. He just, you know what I mean? Every day. Like, he tells us stories. He'll get on the bus. He's like, I don't want these motherfuckers being early. You know, he's like, you be here on time, not a minute later, not a minute. And I'm like, so you're mad when they're early? And he's mad when they're early. And he'll, like, cuss them out. And the police have gone involved. And it's just, I'm like, bro, like, you have to see these people every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I don't even know anymore. It's just the fatigue.
Well, hey, Ghost, I'm going to say this, too. Like, honestly, once hearing about him cussing people out for being early just demonstrates how much his life isn't going on. He has literally basically...
Oh, dude, I could tell you more. Like I said, I could go on and on. He cussed out some girl on the train because he takes it through. This is why they're miserable, too. He takes a train and, like, a bus and everything, and he won't get a car. And he said a couple summers ago or something, some girl said something to him, and he went off on her and was up in her face. And then she's like, I'm going to get my cousins. I'm going to get my brothers. You fucked up and everything. And then he's like, oh, I got to get my strap, you know. And then he's got to bringing his gun to her. And then we're like, you know, it's just, it's crazy, dude.
Yeah, so, like...
It's crazy.
Clearly, he shouldn't be employed if he's making everybody feel uncomfortable in that way, right? So...
Dude, I think they're all so afraid of this guy coming in and murdering us all, or like burning down my place of work, that they're, you know what I mean? Because he's worked there for years, you know what I mean? What do you do when you're just, you know?
Yeah, your best best option, I understand fearing the guy. My best option is you take it up to HR. You keep a recording of what he's doing.
No, dude, you don't. No, but people have tried before, dude. You don't understand. Like people are afraid of him, dude. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's the fear, dude. Like I have full-grown 6-foot-tall men like afraid of this, and he's not very big. You know, and it's just like, okay, you know, like, but that's how it is. It's like you know what I mean? And so the guy I work with said, as long as he thinks he can beat the shit out of you, he'll treat you like shit. Like that's why he doesn't show any respect, because he's like, I can fuck this guy up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So people this just comes off as at this point, and let me just try to dissect.
He tells people to go. I've heard him tell people to go suck a dick, get out my face, like women and shit. Like it doesn't matter. Everybody gets it. Everybody. You know, like did 3 guys come in and get the fuck out of my face? Fuck you.
Yeah, honestly, like a guy like that. Okay, a guy like that. Everybody's gonna feel uncomfortable around him, and at that point, he's there. If HR and the boss does nothing about him, that's on them, first of all. Because one, he's making everybody unsafe. Because that behavior shouldn't be acceptable. Like, that's behavior that you see from a preteen. But he's a freaking grown-ass man acting tough. And honestly, if it just were me, I would also be avoiding him for one. But if he ever tried to talk to me, I'd be like, get away. I'm not interested.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I could go on and on. You know what I'm saying? And he talks about dog fighting. Like these people, like I said, like these people are not, you know what I'm saying? Like the fact you could talk about fighting dogs like it's, you know what I mean? Like it's, oh, we're going out to see a movie, or you know, or like oh yeah, he drank a little too much. Like, oh, he fucking drinks vodka, that guy. You know what I mean? I'm like, what? You know, like no, you're fighting dogs. Like that's felonies. You guys are eating demons. You're a demon. You know, and it's, oh, I wasn't doing it, but my boys were. It's like, okay. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, well, you know, what's his name from the baseball team that, you know, the blue, whatever it was, the Orioles came, and, you know, he had 2 big pit bulls, and going on and on about fighting pit bulls, and, You know what I'm saying? Like, again, the fatigue, it grows. You know, sometimes listening to them and the shit that happens in the summer with the drive-bys, and it's just like, why can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Someone got shot in front of his house.
What the?
On the news.
What?
I came into work and you were sorry, yeah, on the news. I was like, what? And he's like, sure. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And he's like, well, like, what happened? Oh, I don't know what happened.
Honestly,
you know, and then like a few days later, I had a party in my backyard.
What the?
It's like, what? Dude? So you had a party in your backyard, and then a man's dead with the fucking white chalk? Again,
dude, okay.
45 minutes, I could go on.
Yeah, you got a guy, honestly, who thinks he's tough. You got it. That's the guy you're dealing with. So, honestly, I would do this if I were all of you. Just point and laugh at him and see what he does. Like, he would be so pissed off because I don't think he'd do.
I've tried. Sometimes we get along. Most of the time, you know, you can talk about certain things and whatever. And
of course, you're gonna get along with him.
Sometimes, you know, if you bring up Trump, ooh, they don't like that. I said something about Obama the other day. They don't like that. Ooh, not Obama. You know, because we can talk about Diddy. We can bring up Kanye. We can talk about Diddy. We can talk about 50 and all the Epstein stuff. But the minute you talk about Barry,
well, it sounds like he has a lot of mental issues. I think it's time for him to go to a padded room. Hey, man, you're dealing with. Hey, and you said you get along with him sometimes. Look, dude, you can get along with anybody.
Well, you have to. It's like coworkers. It's, you know what I mean. Like, I work with a lot of like young girls too. I don't politically see eye to eye, and that probably want me fucking dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah, obviously.
Probably want to cut my head off or something, but
yeah, but obviously
we get along.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. But obviously that this guy is causing problems, and it's amazing to me just because of fear that the boss or the HR does not do anything about him. I don't care. The fear is not an excuse. Let's just be honest here. If he's making people feel uncomfortable in that regard, he should go. It is not okay to go around acting tough and yelling at people, getting in their faces. It's just not appropriate. It's not respectful.
I've tried. I've tried. Because I think it was like he had some stuff going on at home, so it was getting worse, you know, and then me and him kind of went at it a little bit.
Okay.
You know, and he kind of, I'm obviously higher up at work than him, so, you know what I mean?
You've tried to,
he kind of backed down a little bit, but.
Oh, I see. Well, okay, so.
We had words. He had words, and he said some shit to me, and yeah, I probably could have got him fired, but it's just like that isn't my, you know what I mean? If I have a problem with someone, you know what I mean? I'll just be like, hey, fucking come outside. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck if he wants to beat me up. You know, I don't think he could, but you know, if he wanted to do whatever, you know what I mean? Like, again, we're grown adults.
Yeah,
at work.
Obviously.
You know what I mean? He's just got to learn to calm down, and it's just something in them. Like, I don't know what. And it's so funny too, because they seem to have such good childhoods. Like, he didn't have a bad childhood or anything. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what the fuck? You know?
Like I said,
but I swear, it's almost like they come here and they like get like gangsterized. It's the gangsterization of the migrant class of people coming here, basically.
Oh yeah.
You know?
That's the way it is when it comes, especially with black young adults. Like they think being gangster is cool, and I blame Tupac for this. He made the gang community seem cool. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
To your point about that guy,
yeah, that's why they kill Michael Jackson and all the one, you know, Prince and all the ones, and Dave Chappelle runs to Africa. All the ones that get along with white people, they make them go away. You know.
Yeah, and the worst thing about that is that the guy you're talking about, they think it is okay to treat people like that. It is not, and I understand you getting along with him. I understand you tried. I'm not.
Well, because I grew up not being racist, and now it's changing. You know, it sucks. It really does suck in this world now. You have to, like, I don't remember growing up and thinking, like, oh, shit. You know what I mean? Like, this kid might stab me, or so, you know what I mean? I don't remember ever thinking that. Like, you know, you might think if you saw a kid with a hood on in a store, you'd be like, oh, he's robbing this place. You're like, yeah, that kid's robbing. Okay.
Yeah, but that's the thing I actually previously talked about, and some people like tried to use that as an example. Also, it's okay for like black people to get shot in the back for no reason. Like, okay, listen, the black kid was seen on the surveillance putting water bottles in his bag. Now, understand this: I'm not saying the kid should be shot for having water bottles. I'm saying that he was in the process that looked like theft, and it's not the water bottles itself. It's the act of stealing. So people need to understand that for one. Okay, so do.
Even just getting on an airplane now, it's like people are so fucking crazy now. It's not just like Muslims or like terrorists. It's like anyone, people are opening the friggin' doors on the airplanes trying to jump out mid-flight. It's like, what the hell? What was in those shots?
Yeah, no.
People are just dumb.
Yeah. And all I can say is,
like all these stories about like the husbands like pushing, like killing their wives on yacht, like cruise ships now too, like thinking they'll get away with it. They're like, oh, she fell. It's like, what?
Yeah, but why is there a knife in her gut? Like, dude, like,
yeah.
She just
shit's just got weird. It's almost like people don't have like that part of their brain that it's like the what's it called the
neocortex
reward. Yeah, the cortex thing that's regulates your bullshit or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, you caught that. Yeah, the neurological part about the brains is it seems like the neurological logic side and the cognitive part is just shut down and they're stuck in emotional state where they're so behind that they can't move forward. It just makes
Like it's not just black people. Like the other day, Nick Shirley almost got attacked by that fucking Asian lawyer guy or some big fat like Samoan looking Chinese dude. It's like, what the fuck, like you have a little bitch ass dog wearing like sandals walking down the street and you're gonna try and fight this dude as you're running away. It's just like people like, what is wrong with people? Like
honestly, that
goes I would respect them more if they actually tried to fight us and but they never do. They're always like blah blah blah.
Yeah, that's the left. I don't know about the lawyer, but yeah, that's true too. Because there are degenerates on all sides, regardless where you look. When it comes to white, Asian, black, Latino, Hispanic, it doesn't matter where you look. But when
MAGA started, MAGA wasn't like this white supremacist. I mean, they've stoked this, and then it's got to this point where, people are starting to question, like, well, who's saying what, because you look at England right now, and people are starting to realize. Like when you say white supremacist, you're really just meaning America.
Yeah.
Or meaning like the common people of Britain or England,
Like literally white supremacist means being white nowadays. So that's that. But let me just look at it this way. Let's look at it this way. When people go white
Hey yo, Casper, I saw that. That was crazy. The lemonade stand, that was nuts.
Oh really? The Casper? I got a lot of people in my chats going nuts and I like the arguments going on. It's actually pretty nice. Oh, dang. I'm just looking at it to side like, why did the 14-year-old have a firearm, King? Like, people are arguing about that. Like, dude, I kind of just explained everything, and some people are still...
Although I am MAGA, so sorry, all people that hate MAGA and white people.
Yeah, well, just say this. I'm personally not MAGA, but I personally don't hate anybody that is a commie, Nazi, anything for their beliefs. That's the thing. That's where I'm at. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. What bothers me...
What do you mean? How could you not care if they're a communist, dude?
Hey,
what are you talking about?
I got a literal Nazi in my chat. Come on. Chat room, come on. It doesn't matter to me, and trust me, like, I've talked to commies before, and let me just say this. If you're willing to be a communist and throw...
They're basically the whole Democrats when you talk to them, but they have some scary ideas with the whole rent control and fucking...
Yeah, well, let's just say this. If they want to be communists, they can't complain about a Nazi. Because let's just be quite frank.
Well, that's where, or Jews. Like, I don't want to hear... That's what my whole thing's been. I don't want to hear anything more about the Jews in Israel when you guys are literally communists, so shut the fuck up. You know what I mean?
Literally. Ignoring the fact that literally the communist Marxist regime are responsible for literally exterminating 20 million Orthodox Christian and Muslims in extermination camps, literally.
I forget where I heard it, but someone said the only good thing or the good idea communism ever had was the trade unions or something like that. Or was like the only part of communism that's worked here, but it doesn't really even work because all these like projects are always kind of subsidized by the government. So,
believe it or not, though, guy, did you know the person who wrote the Communist Manifesto, Karl Marx, father was Jewish? He was from...
You also know he was a British agent too. Do you know that?
Yeah, man, it's so crazy. So that guy had a crazy background, and plus being a whole neckbeard. So it worked with Friedrich to write a book about communism because he was so mad about his father for abandoning his ethics to fit his business. So he was like, I'm gonna write a book about the social class. So everybody should have a say, even if they don't do anything at all. Like so, like out of spite, he wrote a book in spite of his father because the father abandoned his ethics. So Karl Marx, so he wrote that book. I'm just like, well, and everybody's using it. Ignoring the fact that Karl Marx didn't write the book because he was a philosopher. He wrote the book because he was a freaking.
Do you guys?
Yeah, go.
Do
on.
you follow Promethean updates?
Not really, no. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I didn't know. I just found them like probably 6 months ago. It's like these older women that have been like following the crown and everything going on like since I think like the Carter administration or something. I forget. But she's the one that said that Karl Marx was on the East India Company payroll.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been saying too. Is like the UK started Israel, so really aren't they the ones kind of controlling Israel? And then everyone's like, shut up.
We could look at it so many ways, honestly, because I don't like the idea.
And Iran too, because the UK is like, oh, well, we're not helping you with Iran. It's like, is that because you're Iran in their oil fields? And they're like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah, obviously it's political moves at this point. Here's my thing. When somebody says Israel's running the world, I go, I mean, it's more complex than that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a fan of Israel no matter what, but let's just be quite frank here. Honestly, everybody has a motive in trying to get money and fill in their pockets, so they're going to involve themselves in one affair because it might be socially beneficial, but if it has a financial damaging to them, they're not going to get involved at all. That's why America is involved in a lot.
Maybe Israel's just sucked all the money out of the UK. Now they've turned to us, and we're noticing. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
that could be it too.
Honestly, that actually brings up a good point because at the time before the Abraham Accords, where Nazi Germany was trying to resettle the Jewish people in Israel, America. The Allies won the war, the sub-quote-unquote Allies, literally actually started the Abraham Accords following what Hitler was already trying to do, resettling the Jews in Israel, and UK, Russia, French literally had a part of hand in that. But remember this, Great Britain was the one blocking the Abraham Accord, the Havok Accord. It was the Havok Accords and the Abraham Accords, blocking the Havok Accords by Hitler. When Hitler was trying to resettle Judaism, Britain blocked that intentionally. Why?
That's why I don't get why the liberals can't see what Trump's doing in the Middle East. Like, because it's funny, when he first got in, they're like, he's meeting with Saudis, and they were upset. Now they're upset that he's meeting with Israel, and it's like, yeah, but who's to say that we're not just gonna fucking kick Israel out of this whole agreement at some point?
Literally,
but that might be even more dangerous, kicking them out of it. Because then they might start popping off. So
yeah, like you do realize, like, Trump is not like the bad guy in this situation. Not really, because like obviously there's going to be deals and laws signed to benefit each other. That's just the way.
Trump's like our bad guy. Trump's like our
he's
enforcer.
Like he's the only good bad guy we ever had, to be honest with you. That's not even.
Exactly. Like Reagan was kind of, but not really. Mm-hmm. Nixon was. I can't get a good read on Nixon. Everything I've read about him has been good and bad. Yeah. So I don't know what the hell. You know what I mean? Watergate. But it's like, why would the CIA have fucking set up? Nixon the way they did. Who knows?
Yeah, but honestly, it amazes me that lefty tunes. I've seen like debate channels like, "Why do you MAGA?" Like that's so easy to like argue against. Like for what instance, Trump? Why don't you?
They always hang up on me. That's why I was like curious. What type of show this was or whatever. But every time I call into those people, they just like shut me down and shit. They're like,
yeah, like
you're just dumb.
Yeah, like literally, they don't actually have an argument. It's just like trying to. It's like cynicism questioning where like, oh, but you support this, that, and the other. But like, no. That's not why I support the guy. I never even said he was a good individual. The reason why I support all these things is because, like, look, we have an illegal immigration problem. We have a degeneracy problem. Then Trump aligns with a lot of my ideals. That's not even saying he's a good person. That's saying, look, I voted for him because of he has principles that align with mine. I didn't even know if he's a good person or not. Literally. Yeah. That's literally what they try to argue. Like, he's a bad person, this, and that, and the other. Like, dude, you're so hyper fixated on the guy that he literally lives rent free in your mind. Like, I have never seen a lefty tune ever go this hard on a Joe Biden, Obama, no matter who. It just doesn't exist. Meanwhile, they'll defend things like Ukraine and Vladimir Zelensky, who literally lives in the mansion, and he is literally conscripting civilians to fight a war that is impossible for him to win, but they defend him. That's literally tyrannical to them, but no, they're silent. In fact, he's a victim of Trump and J.D. Vance for being mistreated. Like, are you kidding me right now? He's a grown-ass man, for one.
You know what's been getting them mad? Like the other day, I called in. It was a black kid, and I was just because they're like, call in, they're like MAGA or whatever. And I called in, and I knew like how to make them kind of like, oh, how do I answer this? And they're getting really upset now that their party's like labeled this, the gay shit's like catching up to them. I was like, can you just tell me, like, isn't it kind of gay to be on the left? And it's like, I don't see what it does for straight men, and I just kind of stuck to that point, and he just kind of couldn't answer it and was getting upset. And then he was like, what's wrong with being gay? And I'm like, if you're into that, there's nothing wrong with it. And then he immediately kind of got all frustrated, hung up on me,
Yeah, by the way, Unknown was like, they're winning war, yet Russia's still struggling. Russia was never struggling in the first place. That was actually a lie. A lot of the times when Russia would pull out, usually what they're trying to focus on is more of the eastern part of Ukraine, because what turns out is a lot of the people in Ukraine, some of them at least, identified with as ethnic Russians. And what Ukraine was doing is shelling those ethnic Russians to death, by the way, and trying to ethnic cleanse them. And this was happening since 2014. So fast forward, Russia moved in. Okay, let's protect our people. So they're not really trying to take over Ukraine. They might.
Yeah. I mean, Putin pretty much said it was the biolabs. He's like, I'm going in for the biolabs, and it was right at the time where Fauci and Bill Gates were on the TV being like, take the boosters, you gotta stay home. And it was like Putin was like, nah, what the fuck's going on, you fucking psychopaths?
Yeah, so like Putin's not even focused on the Ukraine itself. He's just focused on a part of Ukraine, and he doesn't really care about any other territory.
Putin was saying a lot of weird shit at that time. He was saying like, "Oh, I'm going after the cabal of like blood drinkers," or he said a bunch of weird shit.
Putin says Putin is weird, but honestly, like, I mean, considering what happened to Ukraine, there were satanic.
He's based, dude. Putin's pretty fucking based.
Yeah, there were satanic.
Every time I see him make a fucking speech or something, it's like I'm like, hey, he doesn't sound like that bad of a leader. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's one of those weird ones, like where you're like, how has he been in office for 20 years? Like I've heard both sides from Russian people. I've heard, oh yeah, we've elected him. He's elected, but then I've also heard, oh no, we hate him.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
I don't know what goes on over there.
Like Putin over time helped Russia be less of a communist and more of like a democracy.
Dictatorship.
Yeah, so like he kind of stopped being much of a dictator. He still is in a lot of regards, but he's not. He's not as bad as the media tries to paint him out to be. I'm not even trying to say Putin's good. I'm just saying, like, look, there are ethnic Russians in Ukraine, and they wanna like be part of Russia, and Putin moved in.
No, but of course Russia's gonna reject any sort of dictatorship. I mean, they fucking murdered the royal family, like, so.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't surprise me that but it's You know what I mean? I don't see elections. I don't follow their shit.
Yeah. All I'm saying is that the Ukraine stuff.
I know Netanyahu is a friggin' like, how are you, like, I've seen speeches Netanyahu's given at our Congress in like 1990. I'm like, how the hell has this motherfucker been in power for 30 years?
I can actually kind of sort of explain it. He actually lost power at the time when, like, this stems back in the day where like Israel and Palestine had some issues in the past. Vladimir's what's his name? Benjamin Netanyahu was in office a few times, and he mishandled a few situations in the Gaza Strip, but he was elected a few times, so he's responsible for some war crimes. He's not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed either, so it's amazing that Israel, with all the power they were accumulating because of America, can't even solve their own issues.
His veiled threats are a little concerning, though.
Yeah.
Every time he's like, "Whoa, you're gonna be bombed next," it's like, who's this guy talking to?
Like,
who's that? Who's that?
Like, dude, like this guy's causing problems with a bunch of people in the Middle East. Like, dude, he's like, what is Israel doing? It's almost like the Jews just don't know how to stop being an issue. Like, dude, stop. Like, do you know in Israel that there's actually like discrimination problem towards Christians, where like they'll mistreat them, like photograph, like they do those things. Don't get me wrong, they're at least not killing them like the Muslims are doing, but still, it's like, wow. So like that just goes on there. So I don't know why anybody like would be over there. There was like a woman that went over there, like, "Hey, Israel's great," and like all the Jews were like, "Go home, get out of here, get out!" Like, dude, they are not welcoming. Let's just say that. So all I can here now back to like the topic here. I want to talk about this. We've been on it for quite some time now, so hey, it's great to hear from you, and I'm going to continue with the show. Any last words?
All right, man. Stay white, dude.
All right, thank you. I'll stay white as possible. Anyway, nice talking to you, Ghost. Any last words?
No, just keep surviving. Don't get murdered.
Yep.
MAGA.
There you go. A MAGA called in. Nice. Anyway, that's Ghost, and I'm going to continue reviewing. You're free to leave if you want. So
all right, see ya.
Yeah. So there goes Ghost. Nice for him to call in. I've been some time now, so I'll make this the last review because so there we go. So okay, so anybody want to join the Discord? You can. I'm gonna make this last one reviewing Brian reviewing his twin Jew brother and stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna check the comments because there's a lot going on in this comment section. Hold on. Has my breath burritos on. Interesting. Come on. So I'm gonna make this last review, then be about my day. So let's check. Shit's got diabetes. There's a lot going on in my chat room. Nice, thank you for tuning in. I'll make this the last one. Okay, here we go. Trump goes and Doug, I approve.
Died. Karmelo Anthony was just found guilty of murdering Austin Metcalf. This is a biased jury and corrupt judge. We all know it. No, let's go back. That's what Republicans would say if this went the other way.
Let me just say this. Okay, this is the final review. He just accuses Republicans would say the other way around. Okay, so like, can I ask where's his critique for the people on his side saying this is a corrupt jury and they're attacking people they think were juries? Yeah, this is what I mean. Like Brian. So like he goes like, well, this is Republicans would do this. Like, first of all, your side is doing this. You're just to get ignored. Well, Republicans would do. Like finding a reason to dehumanize the Republicans because this is something I think they would do. No, that's not how it's gonna work. Yeah, exactly. They weren't making a corrupt jury that wasn't making the decision based on race. Like his side is literally saying the jury was corrupted, and they're going around attacking people they thought were the juries, which were white people, by the way. Literally attacking white people because they thought they were juries. And this guy's like, well, like, just Republicans would do that. Like, what? You kidding me? Like, so that's his defense. Like, literally, Republicans would do that. Yeah, I did, but like, I wouldn't. The Republicans would. No accountability at all. Look, back onto the watermelon villain. I think I've seen like the video. I reviewed that because that one's funny. Dang, I should have saved that one. Hold on. That's fucking. leftists just full of fucking excuses. Exactly. Get rid of their lefty tunes. So I'll review this one, rest of this one.
I'm gonna say right here, flat out, that law and order worked. Our court system.
Yeah, you say that, but how come you're not doing the thing that you usually do by calling people out, like calling people biased, hateful, racist, doing that stuff? Instead, it's just like, well, Republicans bad, but not this. Republicans bad though. Like, but I'm gonna ignore all the things that the left side is doing, and just I think justice prevailed. Yeah, good luck, buddy. You're gonna have your own side try to lynch you. Good luck.
And judicial system is working. Unlike the other side, we shouldn't jump to the conclusion that the jury is biased or the judge is biased or corrupt.
Yeah, but your side is doing it. So that's that. All I can say is that. So it was a fun review. That was really fun, guys. Narcissist. Yeah, I know, right? So, oh, man, that was a good stream. That was a really fun stream. I guess you guys can join my Discord that I just created just so I can talk to Ghost. So, that being said, it was really cool. Didn't the convict's parents take out like 1 million from GoFundMe for a house? Like, that actually was talked about previously. Who gave those bums money? Like, probably like other bums that found a way to their snaps and stuff and welfare and got welfare checks and gave that money to a killer because they got nothing better to do in their lives. That says that instead of giving to charity and helping children, the poor children and stuff that they defend, and be like, oh, but you let these babies after being birthed die, so you better off killing them. Like, yeah, stuff like that. They don't like actually solving issues. Other bums, yeah. So I'm gonna read some of your comments because honestly, the chat is really funny. Where's the Nazi guy? I like him. Where is he? Oh, there's wait a minute. MAGA has become Israel's goy force. Some of them, I guess, not all of them. KFC stock is going up. Cool. You owe me $20 million. Interesting. What do I owe you, man? I'm surprised they had so much money to give after buying all those pineapple Kool-Aids. Yeah, honestly, like, it's so strange. These people, like, the parents, instead of, like, putting the money they was supposed to go to, just do whatever they want with it, not even helping their son. So, yeah. Yeah, Guerrilla Force, yeah, that is true. Also, there's a single island law in Texas. Okay, so, honestly, people like to try to complicate things when it comes to self-defense, so let's just be clear here. Like I said before, Karmelo Anthony was the aggressor. He was going, touch me, see what happens, make me move. He inserted himself into place. Nobody wanted him that. And he escalated it. He got shoved, which made him go, well, I got shoved, better stab him. That's not self-defense. He was actively seeking trouble. That's not a lie. Oh, there was no shove, huh? That's what at best that was reported. Okay, maybe there was no shove. I don't know. I'm just trying to be, well, there was a shove, wasn't there? Either way, though, the murder wasn't justified. There is no justifiable. There is no, self-defense. Next. Exactly. There's a difference. Shove at best. It was a murder. Karmelo was seeking trouble. He is a murderer. End of story. That was a murder, not self-defense. Exactly. You guys already get it. So, that was a fun stream. I got more, but I'm gonna have to end it here. I'll read a bit more comments. Because honestly, that was. I don't see this as a controversy. Oh, well, tell that to the lefty tunes, because they made it a controversy. I never harmed, touched, or provoked anyone. Justin Keck, I don't think you did. The Koranians are admitted liars. They had meth. I'm not even sure where these comments are coming from. Okay. So, I did pretty well on the stream, for the most part. Me defending Chud like black people defending Karmelo. I was threatened to me following day, Didn't see the story of Chud. I don't even know what that Chud story is. Just subs, thanks for the content. Yeah, thank you for tuning in. I think I'll do this more often. I might do this tomorrow. I still gotta work on a few things, because I think this is stuff. Honestly, I think the political commentators really made this a racial issue. So yeah, I'm being hunted. What are you talking about, Justin? What is going on with you, man? Defend yourself, man. Like, get an AR or something, and don't you dare hunt me, you bad thing, or something, and then boom, boom, done. For real. What are you on about? No, seriously, what are you on about? Red beams. Oh, you're like being hunted by aliens or something from space. What'd you do to the aliens, dude? Like, stop. Don't what'd you do to piss off aliens? That's crazy, man. You get. Okay, I guess that's the thing. Talking about ADH, pulled a gun, harassing other people on stream. Seems like some things that will happen. ET is gonna put him real deep. I know, right? Like, man, Justin, you gotta stop pissing off aliens, man. I'm telling you right now. You gotta what? Don't do anything to the aliens. Attacked because of my John 3:16 signed by Satanist group. I'm not sure. Oh, you mean you were attacked by Satanist group? Oh, I see. Yeah. Be armed, because those people are very. Well, let's just say they're degenerative too. There's a video of a whole group of women as Satanists just acting animalistic. That's it. You won't shit right for a week by not my respectable stranger because of your comments. Okay. Peach just Smalls. I don't know what you said. The message was retracted. And all right, let's just list the people that were here before we go. I'll try to get all of you. 2ish C4F, nice seeing you. 88 Demic, nice knowing you. Unknown Bush, oh, nice seeing you. The Shovel, Soros, nice. Justin Keck, the person attacked by alien Satanists, nice. BBR Westers, yes. Gearbeard, HD Berg. Yeah, Conservatives never lynched anyone. I don't know where that come from. Who else was it? There's a lot of people here. Nia Boran. Nia Boran. Justin, there's a lot of people. There was Jane, who is trying to argue a remix. Don't be racist, black people are good. Yeah, I agree. Some black people are good. Super Bowl LeBron James. Okay, not good. Ozorison, Bajon, USM Casper. It is Milligan. Okay. Winston. May the verdict please your heart. So, alright. This was a good stream. I think I might go live tomorrow about this, guys. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I appreciate it, Posey. We'll go live and talk about more things. Catch up with this if you have tuned in this late. This will be uploaded, and you guys can check it out. Love you all. Peace. Posey is going out.